your trousers. Hoodie up with the strings and a bow. Whip so low, keep the underglow. Speakers thumping, beats bump bumping. Talk to my fist if you wanna say something. Don't you know that I pack up punch? Don't you know that I pack up punch? Don't you know that I pack up punch? Don't you know that I pack up? Can I get a what? What? Get cut! Don't do it for the money, I do it for the butt. You cannot compete, you trying to keep up. Your name's not Olivia, you don't got the guts. Huh, that's what your mama said last night. Blowing up like a bagpipe. Born with so much sauce, I think I was a fucking Stromboli in my past life. I'm going in, I better set the door. Swinging the mic like clubs at Top Golf. You pants fuck, your feet are stuck, you cannot move, you got no groove. What is you to do? But to accept your fate, I'ma dice you up and serve you on the plate. Go to Hell's Kitchen, whipping up the chicken, eat you alive, that's the mission.
And now, entering the ring, Danny.
Jump up, meet the rap on my head. Have your face fucked up like a 2K skin. Feeling like an old Xbox lobby, I'm that nigga. So ain't no disrespect, my dogs will go get ya. Fuck what you had for lunch, you eat a punch. Wash it down with your own blood and you get a stump. After for dessert, make you a leaker. Face in your face when I'm coming out the speaker. Don't you front, come around here and play me. Cause you'll get jumped, man, no ifs, ands, or maybe. Put you to sleep like rockabye, baby. So watch your mouth, cause you don't wanna get crazy. So what you want, you gon' get what you're asking. My crew will bruise and we'll come through smashing. Time for some action, time for some action. No half step, cause my dog's never lacking. Don't you know that I pack up punch? Don't you know that I pack up punch? Don't you know that I pack up punch? Don't you know that I don't you know that I pack up punch? Don't you know that I pack up punch? Don't you know that I pack up punch? Don't you know that I don't
Alright. The fire rises.
Check this out.
Okay.
I look good.
Okay. On the street and I got my swag on. Okay. Get the money, gotta get my bag on. Okay. Triple back, flip out the whole scene. Okay. All you suckers just to wanna be me. So, get smacked. You looking whack. I got the big stacks. I'm pushing stacks. New outfit. You wish you had it on. Only tricks on the wrist, gotta keep it on. Okay. What you got? I got it going on. Okay. What you got? I got it going on. Okay. What you got? I got it going on. Okay. What you got? I got it. Okay.
If I would have told you most of that intro was just from yesterday, would you even believe it? Where we're at right now? I have been a fan my entire life of football and been a fan of two specific teams. They both let me down in various ways and very creative ways to let a fan down. Losing 58-0, having Aaron Rodgers throw a bomb over you, having fucking being beaten by FIU is a good one. Middle Tennessee State, getting burned by Middle Tennessee State on a cover zero, that pathetic program. I've been through a lot, to see where my program is at now, going to the second round against Ohio State. I don't really fear Ohio State. I think they're overrated, but then again, whatever. I think if we get 5 sacks in Indiana, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fun day. 2 weeks. Bears just got probably one of the biggest wins in the last 15 years. It's huge. It's up there. They, for all intents and purposes, probably just clinched the division. They have to win one of the next 2 games. And even then, I'm pretty sure if Green Bay loses one of the next 2, which is very possible they do, it's over. On a scale of 1 to 10, hyped isn't even the word. The Bears are in another league of hype right now. Like the city's buzzing. Miami, for me, it's buzzing. All right. Okay. So it's been a fun time. So I want to talk about that. There's also the Nick Fuentes documentary, which I will cover part 2 of. I'm not big on covering too much of it, but I did promise I would do it. I don't know. Part of me is kind of like bored of it because I don't know. He's just I watched the whole doc, all right, and I gotta be honest. What the genuine sense of what I summarized is, he sucks, which you all knew that, but he's just a lazy douchebag, just appealing to sad, pathetic losers on the internet, and all his fans are just sad, creepy people who probably, what's the word? You think of them as people that again should be kept away from a school. All right, if they're within 30 yards of a school, there's a problem. That's what his fan base is. I mean, they're called grapers. If you're proud to be called that, do you understand what you sound like? It sounds creepy. It sounds pretty nasty. But even then, whatever. That's what his fan base is full of. It's just, and the mainstream thing, I'm pretty sure is astroturfed. I don't know why, but I think there's something at play. That being said, I don't really care. So I'm going to cover that. But for right now, I want to celebrate in victory, knowing that the Canes just had the biggest win in like 2 decades. It's the biggest win in 2 decades. Granted, it wasn't easy, wasn't pretty, but they were built to win games like that. This team was built to win games in the trenches, and they did exactly that. I do feel coaching is holding them back. I do feel that while, yes, we won, I'm still very concerned about Shannon Dawson coaching in a game against Ohio State. Do I think it'll be 21-0 mid-quarter like some fucking retard say on Twitter? No. I have a literal Ohio State fan saying that shit, and I laughed because I'm thinking the arrogance of you after the Indiana game to where you think that your trenches are just going to take over that game. I'm just here to tell you right now, you're sorely mistaken, bitch made. If Indiana got 5 sacks on you, you're in for a hell of a fucking fight. Because Texas A&M has one of the best offensive lines in college football. Ruben Bain fucking murdered them. Keem Mesidor murdered them. There was murder on those offensive lines. I think Miami might have played their best offensive line they're going to play all throughout the playoffs. I think it's the best offensive line you're going to play all throughout the playoffs, which is saying something because we whooped their ass at the end of it. Now, granted, I think there's a lot to say about the offensive side. I think we ran the ball pretty well, but our commitment to running the ball was pretty suspect. And I'm actually shocked by that because it's the one game I actually wanted Mario to go over to the side and say, hey, Shannon, shut the fuck up and move out the way. We're going to run the ball. Still a phenomenal win. And to see you have to understand why this was big just for Tony. And everyone's saying it's a low IQ play, again, from a bunch of Twitter tards who aren't qualified to change a light bulb or actually do anything. Sure, that's low IQ to you, but to me, nah, fuck that shit. Go get the win. So, at the end of the day, probably it was a very odd game to say the least, but Miami should have probably. Here's the thing: the score doesn't indicate how much Miami actually controlled that game. It's like the Notre Dame game all over again, where honestly, if the kicker could hit straight worth a fucking damn, it probably would have been like 17-3. Miami should have won that game like 17 or 20-3. That's how bad that game was. They won. I don't care. A win's a win. But gotta go in next week, and Carson Beck's gotta open it up. And not just him. I think there needs to be a big census on identity. Run the fucking ball. I'm not scared of Ohio State, nor is anyone on this team. Nor is anyone in the city scared of Ohio State. And nor should you be. Last year, yeah, I'd be a little bit fucking concerned. This year, they don't have Quinshon Judkins, which, by the way, prayers to Quinshon Judkins. My God, horrible injury. That was bad to watch. And you know what else was out today? Trayvon Henderson. That's funny. That's actually crazy. He's out tonight too. Yeah, they don't have those two coming back, so I'm not really that worried. Everyone's talking about, don't piss off Jeremiah. If you think Miami's not going to have a plan for Jeremiah, you're fucking retarded. You think Corey Hedman is going to bracket Jeremiah Smith? Because he's going to bracket Jeremiah Smith. Now you can say, well, Carnell Tate. Again, they're going to plan for Carnell too. Thing you need to worry about is up front seven. Mainly Miami's defensive line, which people don't realize. It's not just Ruben fucking Bain. It's Ruben Bain. It's Keem Mesidor. You have fucking guys in the interior, David Blay. There's a lot of dudes on that fucking line. I don't know why people only talk about Ruben Bain. I think it's retarded, but that's their funeral, right? Now we want to the Bears part of this. So the Bears, this was one of the most frustrating first 3 quarters in the history of first 3 quarters. Okay, first 3 quarters and a half. It was awful. First off, the defense was playing this ridiculous like prevent cover soft defense. I thought it was stupid. There is a real problem at stake when it comes to this. First off, I would rather you just pressure the quarterback at all costs versus letting Jordan Love, or more accurately, Malik Willis. I'm starting to think Malik Willis should get a starting job in this league. I can't help but think that if guys like if whoever the fuck playing for the Jets is fucking sitting there starting, I should think that Malik Willis is like 7 leagues above that person. Malik Willis is a good quarterback. I don't think he's great, but he's damn good. This is a first-round draft pick, by the way. I'm pretty sure. Last I checked, I'm pretty sure he was in the first round, right? This kid was drafted to be like, but Tennessee's future. Now, granted, Tennessee is a shitty organization, and he just didn't fit, and it was a bad time. All right, it was a bad time. He didn't fit, and clearly he needed somewhere he could grow. Green Bay was a great place for him, and he's revamped his career, and he looked great. He threw this beautiful pass, and I thought that was really like 16-3, and I was like, "Yep, game's over. We're gonna lose." Actually, it was like 16-6. That's what I made, like 16-6. And I'm thinking the Bears just can't even score. This is the day where the offense can't score, and the injuries were just too much to overcome for the Bears. Now, granted, you can say, "Well, the Packers had injuries." Sure, okay, great, but you had injuries on a defense that was already top 5 without Micah Parsons last year. Or did you guys forget that? Bears had injuries when it came to their wide receiving core. The man on my picture right here, Luther Burden, was a massive miss, which I don't think people understand how massive of a player he is actually to the core right now as it stands. Rome Odunze, obviously, we know how his impact is missed. We all know. Clearly, the Bears missed those players. You go into that game, right? And we don't have DJ Moore, who's going to be bracketed. He's going to have 2-3 guys on him. You have Loveland and Komet. That's depth. You have Oz. Here's the wild card in all this. Ja'Day fucking Walker, an undrafted free agent from Texas A&M, ironically, of all things. And he just saved our ass. This is an undrafted. First of all, I don't think he should have been undrafted. He probably should have been drafted in like the 6th round, in my opinion. I don't know how the hell he was undrafted. But whatever. The draft is the draft, right? He gets undrafted. And this kid comes up and he shines in preseason. He was the best part of preseason, but because the Bears are so deep, it unfortunately made sense that Ja'Day wouldn't make it. I'll tell you this: he can have Olamede's spot. I'm dead ass serious. He can have Olamede's spot. Baller, straight fucking baller. I ain't playing. He can have Olamede's spot. I'm all for it. This kid can play. Wherever he winds up, if he winds up with the Bears or someone, he's going to be someone's favorite, or going to be someone's weapon. He's going to be good. But this kid, I love him. He comes in, and the first thing he does is like start a fight with one of the Packers players. He's already like starting shit with one of them. I don't know if it was Keyshawn Nixon. I think it was Valentine, actually. Keyshawn Nixon, we'll get to his bitch ass in a minute. But he played great. He played great. He played legitimately fucking amazing for what he was asked for to come in. But I'll tell you guys, like, there is a certain part in the game where I'm like, I don't know where we're gonna go with this. Like, the Bears I don't know if they're gonna move the ball on this team. Like, I don't know. They started moving the ball on the team. That was the first step that you knew, okay, a light switch turned on when they started kind of making some plays. There are some plays that were made down the field, and I'm like, okay, cool. And it's 16-9. Now, I'm pretty much like, this game's going to be over. We're going to onside kick it, and we're done. This is my thought process. I'm like, I don't see this happening. Okay? We played like shit. We deserve to lose. That was my little thought process where, well, right. We get the onside kick. I'm still thinking we're going to lose when we get this onside kick. I'm like, did we just recover the onside kick? Holy shit. But I'm still thinking, okay, we're not going to win this game. This is just too much insurmountable lead to come over. Right? In the sense that I just don't know how you're going to find a way to score in the end zone. You haven't fucking found one way to score all game, even though you should have had 7 points to begin with to start the game, which, believe you me, that changed the entire landscape of that game. If the Bears score a touchdown on opening drive after the Packers went hit swing and a miss on their first drive, it would have changed the entire landscape of that game. I guarantee you. because then they would have to be playing from behind. But that, like, for some reason destroyed the offense for the majority of the game until this happens. And Caleb throws this ridiculous strike. I swear to God, this is like top level quarterback shit. Throws this heater. I'm talking laser beam from like the heavens all the way to DJ Moore. And DJ just snags this motherfucker. Out of the heavens, man. And by the way, we forget how good DJ Moore is down the field. Because of the other receivers on this team, we often forget. I feel as though DJ is great on the interior and the slot, when I hope we start doing that very soon. But yeah, he throws this ridiculous strike to DJ, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, are we going to do this? And then it comes to fourth down, right? We miss a few shots. I'm like, I'm not liking the play calling here. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a painful way to lose, but because I'm thinking of the last game where Caleb has it fourth down. We run this play. I don't like this play call because I feel as though it should never went into the hands of Caleb. It should have went into the hands of our running back, and we should have leaned on our offensive line. I know a crazy play was made beforehand from some fucking defensive tackle for the Packers. I don't give a shit. You were whipping their ass all second half. You lean on them. If we lose because we leaned on our offensive line. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. That is how I fucking feel that game should have went, in my opinion. Caleb throws his fucking pass, and fucking Nixon picks it off. Now, granted, Nixon was beat on this play. He was. If Caleb threw it correctly, this is a touchdown. But Caleb's coming to his other side. He shanked the throw, and it was picked. That was the last game. This is a crazy situation, man. Something happens here where there's only a few quarterbacks that get this type of pass off and put it in a rainbow where Caleb put this fucking pass. And I swear to God, this is like a straight reminder of the fucking, when you knew this kid was special was when he's playing Texas and Oklahoma. That's when you knew the kid was special. He did the pass, he just drops it, right? Like he just drops a snap, right? Picks it up calmly, just scrambles up the field and throws this fucking bullet strike in for the touchdown after dropping the snap. Most quarterbacks would go, gotta get down, or you're looking to brace for a sack because you don't know what the fuck to do. Your whole rhythm's thrown off. Caleb, oh, okay, let me go pick it up. Let me go throw this shit in the back of the end zone. Like it was nothing. Caleb comes in, Rush comes in, and he's off center. Caleb just whips this fucking rainbow pass to the corner, and Ja'Day Walker is just right there. Boop. Undrafted free agent from Texas A&M, and he just airwalks his way after scoring a game-time touchdown. Now, back in my mind, I'm thinking, are we going to go for 2 for this? And everyone thought this, right? Everyone thought this shit. Including Tom Brady. Tom Brady thought this shit. Tom Brady was like, we're going to go for 2, right? Maybe, Tom. Maybe we're going to go for 2. No. No, we're not going for 2. Cairo hits the fucking now. Part of me was thinking, I wish I would stop talking about going for 2, because then I have a feeling we're going to miss the extra point and look like idiots for it. Well, he hits the extra point. Thank God. Whatever. Packers have 17 seconds left. They're like, maybe they have all 3 timeouts, and we're going to go for it. Montez Sweat comes in and sacks the shit out of fucking Malik Willis. So that ends that decision. We go to overtime. Blah, 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 blah. Packers, Bears win the toss. They elect to kick the ball to Green Bay. And Green Bay went down and they fumbled the snap, basically. All right, so a lot of crazy things happen actually to get to the fumble snap. He comes in, I swear to God, this play is underrated as fuck, and Edwards should be given a fucking medal for this. What y'all don't realize is if this play doesn't happen, I don't think that the sequence of fucking shit that happens after this ever even occurs the way it does. So maybe we stop him for a field goal. Maybe it could happen. But Malik is going to scramble, and I'm thinking, shit, he's about to get the first down. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, fucking Edwards just flies in and just fucking sticks fucking Malik Willis, sticks this motherfucker, sends him to the ground, says, sit your ass down, 4th down. I'm thinking, well, they're still going to probably get it because they're just going to run some play, probably run a screen or something. And the Bears aren't going to be able to cover it because they haven't been able to cover anything all fucking day. Fumbled snap. I'm thinking, oh my fucking Lord, they did not just fumble this snap. Oh Lordy, they did not. Fumbled snap, stopped them 4th down. Bears get it. Run the ball. And for a second, I thought Swift fumbled. We all thought it. We're all like, oh my God, he did not just fumble this ball. Please tell me to God, he did not just fumble this ball. Please, God. Because it's so Bears that he would fumble the fucking ball and we would lose off of that. Nope. He was down. Thank God. Calvin and I runs for like 12 yards, busting through. And then we're in their territory. So at this point, I'm thinking we're going to run the ball. We're going to throw. We're going to let Caleb do what he does. Throw dink and dunk. We're going to go for the field goal and get the fuck out of here to win. Okay. Never in my wildest dreams that I think we're going to run a fucking post play here. So Caleb drops back, right? And I'm just thinking, okay, play action. And I know he's looking downfield. Now, my thought process is all fucking year, and me and my dad, we've talked about this the entire time. If you're a Bears fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We have done this 1,600 fucking times. And I feel as though I've never got to see Caleb really launch his arm all year since the Cowboys game. The Cowboys games when I saw he got to just launch motherfucking shots, man. We launched that one to Luther. I'm thinking, all right, play action. I don't think anything's going to be down the field. I don't see one-on-one coverage. It feels like every team that we play plays cover 2 shell and doesn't want to fucking give the Bears any shot to fucking go down the field and rocket one in. And I guess I blame it on Patrick Mahomes for basically having every team go back to cover 2 shell, which kind of fucking sucks. You can't do experimental defense anymore, right? Unless you want to get burned, right? And I'm thinking, okay, they're going to play cover 2 shell. He's going to check it down or something. No, I'm seeing him load up. I'm thinking this motherfucker's gonna like he's gonna rock and load up. Because I know how traditional quarterbacks will load up. They'll load up their arm, rig it back. But Caleb's different. You have to watch when he whips this shit. Because Caleb, you have to understand this kid is a hybrid, like different type of quarterback. This kid's not normal, where he can throw a 60-yard rope with a flick, like Aaron Rodgers in his prime. So I'm thinking, okay, he's rolling back. He's about to load up and throw this bitch. I see his fucking head, and he launches this thing. And I'm seeing DJ down there. I'm like, no fucking way that he's going to fucking catch this shit. The Keyshawn's all over it. But then I kept thinking, like, man, this reminds me of all the fucking times Justin would fucking load one up to DJ and drop it in the bucket. DJ's open. There goes Justin, blowing it up, fucking drops in the bucket to DJ. I'm thinking, could it be finally I get that moment here? We talked for years. How many years have we talked? Right? For like last 2 years, actually. How many years? Last 2 years we talked. Why is DJ and Caleb not on the same page? Why is DJ and Caleb not on the same page? Why is DJ and Caleb not on the same page? Like, it's just not there. And I see this fucking golden god throw from fucking Caleb Williams. And what got in my head was, I remember all the times that Justin would hit this. I just thought about what could have been when it comes to DJ, right? And this motherfucker catches this goddamn ball, and I just lose all fucking sanity. I start screaming. He caught this shit. I was looking the entire time to see the process of the catch, and that motherfucker, I'll be damned, he caught that bitch. He caught the ball. I scream. I lose all sanity. And I swear to God, I'm like, did we just win this game? Did we just literally come back and pull this shit off? Did we just sit there and fucking beat Green Bay on a fucking step back Jordan shot? Yes, we did. And if you want to fucking sit there and talk all the shit you want, I don't care. As a Bears fan, I've had to live through Aaron Rodgers doing this to us for years. So I'll be damned if I'm not going to celebrate because some losers on Twitter want to make excuses and talk shit because that's all you fuckers are trained to do because you don't have no praise in your life. That's fine. That's your pathetic, sad, sorry choices. For me, I'm going to celebrate this because I remember where I was when I just sat there and I watched Aaron Rodgers launch this fucking stupid ass pass and it dropped right to fucking Randall Cobb because only Aaron Rodgers could just sit there, roll out and throw a fucking rope like that, right? Not many quarterbacks could do that shit on a little flick heave, right? I remember having to endure that shit. Well, I'll be goddamned if Caleb Williams didn't just drop back, load it up, throw a fucking bomb, and literally snap, crackle, pop those bitches. And Green Bay fans could make all the excuses they want. You didn't lose because of the quarterback position. If your quarterback goes 9 of 11 for like over 100 yards and a touchdown, no turnovers, a bunch of rushing stats, and you controlled the game and had a 10-point lead with like 4 minutes left against a team that couldn't do shit, and all you do is get an onside kick and you lose, I don't give a fuck who's playing for you. Favre or Rodgers could have played that game, you still would have lost. I'm sorry. I watched Love and fucking Willis play that game. There was no difference. Your offense did the exact same thing that it was doing all game. Jordan Love and Malik Willis, I guarantee you this. I don't think Malik Willis is that far off from Jordan Love in that offense. And you saw that. So I don't want to hear the excuses because you should have lost, because you could have lost last game with Jordan Love. So I don't know. And the excuses of all injuries. Motherfucker, we were missing our top 2 wide receivers and we still fucking firebombed your ass down the field. Who told you to run cover 1 down the field with Keyshawn Nixon being burnt fucking toast? Not my fucking, I didn't tell you to do that. You did. You got burned. Plain and simple. Now y'all want to cry about excuses. Motherfucker, y'all were beating up on the fucking Jerry Angelo Bears, beating up on the fucking Jay Cutler Bears and throwing bombs on us and la ha ha. Well, how's it feel to know that for once you might not have the advantage at the quarterback position you thought you had? Now you're looking at someone that actually is, I don't know, the number 1 pick of the draft, a generational talent, and you're shocked that he's doing generational things that only quarterbacks once a generation could throw a ball like that. No shit, retard. Did you not fucking pay attention to the draft? Have you ever watched this kid? I've watched him throughout all of college. So when I tell you I knew the kid was special, I knew. I watched him at USC. I watched him in Oklahoma. This isn't new. This is just adjusting to the NFL. And all the shit you guys talk about fucking him and whatever, and this kid and May are balling. Say what you want. May's balling. He's balling. I think, I hope fucking JD can get back, man. I have no real issues with JD, man. I don't got no issues with JD. I hope he can get back to with Washington and they can keep him safe enough. I don't like watching Jaden Daniels get hit. I don't like watching him hurt because I don't like ever seeing talents get hurt like that. Even if I fucking can't stand Commander fans who are a bunch of fucking bitches, you know. But I'll be real. You guys wrote these kids off. You guys write these quarterbacks off because of recency bias, because of 2 specific quarterbacks that really ruin brain rotted kids. Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes. They came into the league and they had minimal struggles in their first year. They look like men among boys. The only difference is Mahomes actually came in and sat a year behind, but still, he gunned it, and that was it. Herbert in his rookie year looked like a 10-year quarterback, 10-year vet. Shit, you not. It ruined everyone's perception of quarterback play, that quarterbacks aren't allowed to struggle and develop, and that's just fucking retarded. Now you are seeing, finally, why this kid was given a king's ransom for. The Hall. Fuck the Hall. He is the Hall. This is why. This is why the Bears are happy to have traded happy to have traded to have made that pick, to not to have traded the number 1 pick. People really wanted the Bears to trade the number 1 pick here in this city. This is the same city that sat there and trashed picking up Caleb Williams, that were chanting Justin Fields' name to keep him over selecting Caleb Williams number 1. And this kid is taking the city by storm. So when I tell you this is special, this is special. I get it. You want to fuck everyone wants to make excuses because that's the new way of sports now. Everyone has to make excuses before appreciating greatness. I learned a long time ago to appreciate greatness versus making excuses. So I'm going to enjoy it on my end. Y'all motherfuckers can cry, bitch amongst yourselves. I don't care anymore. I've had about 10 plus years of hearing shit from that from that fucking trash ass fan base up north. And I get it. They have nothing else up there. Let's be real. What's there to do in Green Bay? Right. Nothing. So I get it. This is all they have. So they have a right to fucking sit there and talk all their shit. Now that's over. Those days are done. Now you're going to have to actually, I don't know, compete with this team. And it sucks. I get it. But you shouldn't have lost this game. You did. And then you have no one to blame but yourselves. You blew the game. And you know what the worst part is? This is the Bears unhealthy. You haven't had to face Rome Odunze all year. You then get a lucky break And I get it. You lost Micah Parsons. But you know what? You were a top fucking defense last year without him. To say that your year's over is, to me, a discredit to your franchise and your coaching staff. Because I'll be goddamned if fucking San Francisco didn't sit there and say, well, got to pack it in. Gee, golly gosh, injuries. They could win their division still. I mean, that's a division of hell. I don't know how to fucking tell you this. Every team right now is like 11 or 12-4, except for the Cardinals in the NFC West. And even then, the Cardinals could literally have 7 or 8 plus wins this year on a luck of the draw here. If a few things go differently for them. They weren't bad all year. They just weren't great all year. And they really weren't good all year. They didn't have bad luck. That's what's crazy. That should fucking that's nuts. But I didn't see San Francisco pack it in. They still could contend. And they still are going to contend in the NFC. So injuries are a part of the game. Yes, you lost Micah Parsons. So did Detroit. And the Detroit Lions lost Aiden Hutchinson last year. They still went in, won the division, and still handled their business. The Bears had injuries all throughout the last 15 years. Fucking Jay Cutler gets hurt in the NFC title game, and guess what? Do we make excuses? No, we lost the game to you bitches fair and square. So when I hear excuses from these Green Bay fans, it's pathetic mentality. You're weak. You're not used to fucking actually having a division in which the fucking front offices are on the level of yours now. Now you're watching a fucking Chicago team that's run correctly. I know that sucks, and it's really weird to hear. I'm getting used to it myself. I've lived through the Jerry Angelo days. I've lived through the days of Mark Trestman. I've lived through front offices from the bedpan of shit, the Ryan Pace days where they fooled us into thinking we had their shit together. No, they did not. They had a year together. God, that team was fun. If we had that year's defense right now, we'd be blowing people out by 70. Man. It's time that maybe some people start understanding that maybe, just maybe, y'all are wrong about a few kids. But you were wrong about You were wrong about Williams. A lot of you were. And, even I doubted him for a minute. I was doubtful for a few things. I thought the footwork wasn't going to get better. I thought his comfortability just wasn't going to get better. I'll be goddamned if he didn't just prove me wrong. He made me look, I feel a little stupid for even doubting him for the beginning of this year. Something just told me, I don't know about his footwork. I don't know what's going on with him. And he came out the second game, and I kind of knew he was going to be crazy enough. The Detroit game told me he was going to be all right. He came out, he looked a lot better, and he made passes down the field that were pretty great. He's had his issues. But, man, what he's done in the last fucking month has been nothing short of phenomenal. And everyone's going to look there and say, oh, he's up and down, he's inconsistent. Yeah, at times he is. That's what happens when you play legit competition. No offense to the Patriots, but they didn't get to play. They didn't get to go to Philly. They didn't have to go to Philly. They didn't have to go to Green Bay. They didn't have to fucking play Detroit. And Detroit. Sorry, my fucking head. I don't know why my headset's acting up. Hold up. Why the fuck did my headset turn off? I don't even know. There's a lot of things that you have to do. And in fairness, I wouldn't have anyone else manning this helm other than Mr. Williams. So y'all can say whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm excited. And this win was amazing. This is a weekend of football I'm never going to forget. So it is what it is. All right. I guess I have other things to do. I guess we got to do the Nick Fuentes doc. I'll be honest with you. I could switch right now and do a bait and switch right now and not do the Nick Fuentes doc. I just don't care to deal with Groypers, dude. I fucking hate them because they're just so stupid. They're like the biggest clowns in the world, and they say the same shit. They're like, it's odd how fucking similar. It's odd how similar they are to the fucking Hassan fans while being so hateful of Hassan fans, right? And I hate Hassan fans too. Don't get me wrong; they're disgusting, but it's so odd how the same these cultists are. They all do the same shit. Starship Troopers is free. Interesting. You know what? Actually, let me have a little more fun with the Bears game. Actually, a little more fun. I want to show the highlights a little bit. Or you want to make fun of, let's just make fun of Tom Grossi. I'm not making fun of Tom Grossi. I just want to watch. It feels so good. He because he was I don't blame him for this, but he was live reacting to our. Oh dear God! What the hell did I click? Where is it? What the fuck? I just had this. What the fuck, motherfucker? Well, this is funny. This is actually hilarious. Looking back. All right, that's it. We're gonna do this the right way. No, we're gonna do this the right way. We're gonna find this.
DJ, not a
I don't care. He announced a draft pick, by the way. Pretty cool. I like Tom. Tom's like the one Packer fan I don't want to fucking see miserable and gain clinical depression. The rest of you, though, I'm not gonna lie, y'all can go fuck.
Xfinity has all the best live and streaming games in one place.
Houston Rockets.
Magic.
Pepperoni pizza and Reggie Miller.
Oh, and you could bring up Indiana Pacer stats.
What are you gonna do next? Walk on water?
Thanks, Reggie.
You're giving me goosebumps.
My little miracle.
Ah! I hate ads. I really do. Fuck off.
Let's talk about it.
It must suck, man. I mean, this is like the other end, huh? Where you're sitting here and you know, usually we've been on the end of having to deal with a quarterback that can throw a fucking 60-yard frozen rope bomb and end your fucking life. And now the Packer fans have to understand how it feels. Not to rip on Jordan Love or anything, because I know the debate will go on. Personally, I think Caleb's going to outdo him next year by, like, anyways, because let's be real. I mean, there's just levels to this, but I think the kid's all right. I've defended Jordan Love a lot, actually, at times. I do think he has good moments, he has bad moments. If he can be consistent, he's going to be a top 10 quarterback regardless. But there's like levels to what certain guys can do. And I like Jordan Love. I think he's very accurate. He's like a poor man's Josh Allen, and that's not an insult, by the way. Josh Allen is a unicorn sent from an alien race of God knows whatever super soldiers. I don't fucking know. He's not normal, but it must suck to know that you play a game and you're like, God, we got this game down. We got a legit quarterback, you know, and we got this. That was how it felt that year when we got B Marsh and fucking Alshon, and Jay gets hurt before we could hit our stride. And I'll tell you who saved our year. And this is why I don't want to hear a damn thing about backups and crying about backups from Packer fans. Josh McCown, of all fucking people, came in and balled. I'm talking balled. All right. He was putting up numbers with the fucking Bears. Putting up numbers with fucking Alshon and B Marsh. It was actually quite like the coolest, like it was a cool fucking like stretch, bro. I remember that Cowboys Monday night game. We fucking torched their ass. I think like he put like almost 400 on their ass. Just fucking cooked them like a fucking filet mignon. And we beat their ass, right? You know, it was fun. It was a fun fucking game, man. And you know, we go into that game. I'm thinking, okay, Jay's coming back. Jay plays great. Jay's phenomenal in that game. Everything was perfect, except someone didn't want to grab a fumble. I won't talk about that. And someone decided to fuck up a communication in which Chris Conti got turned around, and all of a sudden, there's Randall Cobb wide open. And then Rodgers flicks the ball down the field, and then we lose. So, you know, it's got to suck from that perspective of watching your literal you get this nuclear bombed because you just see a quarterback that just effortlessly throws a 60-yard rope and kills you. And then, you know, the worst part is it wasn't like he was wide open. He was covered. Didn't matter. Perfect throw, perfect catch. Nothing you could do.
Packer Nation, welcome to an episode of Podcast, the podcast where you don't.
I'm interested to hear this.
But it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. You know what? I don't know if it helps to be a Packers fan today. Grassi, and today
I feel no pity for you.
We're going to be talking about the absolute meltdown against the Chicago Bears as the Packers lose in overtime 22-16. And yeah, there are very few silver linings that are coming out of this game because That was brutal to watch. And before we get into the game, I want to apologize as this is obviously coming out late. Last night we had our
I think the silver lining is for you is the fact that nothing changes with Malik Willis, that you're going to do the exact same things that you were doing with Jordan Love. And I know Packer fans be like, you still understand there's different. Yes, I'm sure there's like a certain 2 or 3 throws that Malik Willis maybe can't throw. I doubt it from what I saw, but sure, let's go with that. The point is your offense is predicated on run ball, play action, and middle, and chew up the middle with tight ends and crossing routes, basically. That's what your offense is predicated on. And it's a great system. It works. It's a great system at play. I mean, it's the Shanahan type tree, I'm pretty sure. And LaFleur is from the Shanahan tree, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But it's the same. He is from the Shanahan tree. What the fuck am I talking about? Of course he is. He's like friends with Kyle. Mike Shanahan has defined this generation of football. No fucking shit. But I have seen not much difference in offense from Malik Willis to Jordan Love. In fact, I'll be honest with you, it's not like we've lost these games because of Jordan Love. Primarily, we've lost these games because of coaching or bad decisions, or just simply we don't have enough talent just yet. And the Bears, I don't feel have enough talent just yet to make a run. I do think next year, like this offseason is very important and crucial. And the Bears are like a kid in a candy store type situation where they have a bunch of draft picks. They can get depth real quick with that draft. First, second, third draft, just legit depth. I think Akeem Mesidor is my target for the first round. You get another pass rusher to put on the other side with Montez Sweat to where they can't double team Montez, and then it adds some juice to that line. I think some speed needs to be put on that line too. There needs to be some athletic speed on that line. There needs to be a lot of changes on that defensive line. And I think the only guys I'm willing to keep are Montez, Gervon. Yeah, Montez and Gervon are the only ones. And Austin. The 3 that I'm willing to keep. There needs to be some juice. There needs to be a game wrecker. I don't care if it's defensive tackle. I don't care if it's defensive end. There needs to be a game wrecker. Someone that is so annoyingly unblockable, it changes your game plan. And if it changes someone's game plan, then the Bears can start sinking in. And also there needs to be some depth pieces, some linebacker depth pieces, just a bunch of things to help out Coach DA. This defense just doesn't have the talent, and it's very apparent. But in these games, what I've noticed is Jordan Love just runs the offense, and that's it. Malik Willis just ran the offense, and that's it. It's not like it's reinventing the wheel. You know, it's different when you have to improvise like Caleb a lot of the times. That's the difference in what you'll see in the tape, where Caleb will just come out and he'll make a play that you're like, I don't know if you're allowed to do that pure like physics. But even then, that's what we're trying to get Caleb into doing, going more into the system. And you see it's getting there, where it's becoming that it's getting there. Next year, that's when it's gonna click. It might just click at the end of the year. It's clicking now, really. The problem is injuries have hit at the wrong time for this fucking issue to happen. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to click the offense, and all of a sudden your top 2 wide receivers go out, and you're like, fuck. So now we got to go, okay, what do we do now? Because when Odunze went out, I was like, that's going to be an adjustment. But clearly it wasn't that big of an adjustment because Luther Burden is a ridiculously talented wide receiver who is probably going to be a perennial Pro Bowler in his career. Let's be honest. This kid's going to be a savage. I don't know what else to say. That kid is a fucking magician. All right. He's like the prototype to what Malachi Toney is for the Hurricanes right now. That's what he is. That's what I want Malachi Toney to get to that level. Granted, it is what it is. This kid, he's special. The things he can do is special with the ball. His route running is going to only improve. His on-field presence is only going to improve. But whatever, I'm rambling. What I'm seeing though is with Caleb is like you're getting we're getting within the flow, and that's what you want to get to. I don't think there's much difference between Malik Willis and Jordan Love in terms of the offense being ran. He can't. Here's the thing that people don't realize is Malik Willis was drafted like the same spot Jordan Love was drafted. This wasn't some fucking like 5th round case study. He had an issue at one spot that honestly, who's to say Jordan Love would have succeeded in fucking Tennessee? If we put Jordan Love in that Tennessee position, in that Tennessee situation, fresh off of trading AJ Brown, Does he succeed? No, I don't think so. So I'm being real. Malik Willis is not gonna be the reason that the Packers lose down the stretch. It's because the Packers have issues. And I don't think there's any excuse to not win against the Ravens. I don't think there's any excuse to not win against the Vikings. If they don't, it ain't gonna be because of the injury to Micah Parsons. It's because there's something wrong with y'all. And I think Micah Parsons just been covering up a lot of issues on that defense, even though they were tops last year. So what's going on? You know?
5th annual December charity stream in which we raised over $181,000 for Street Angels Milwaukee Outreach, one of the smallest charities we've ever raised money for. That brings us to $1.3 million raised in 2025, which is absolutely incredible.
That's really cool.
$4 million raised since 2021. And I just wanted to thank you so much, because without you, this is not possible. And this community just shows up time and time again to do a whole lot of chaotic good. So thank you so much. In addition, we also hit 950,000 subscribers yesterday. We now are at 951K, which means we are 49,000 subscribers away from 1 million. It is a free show here. There are no sponsors whatsoever. Feel free to subscribe. It is free to do so. As now we are going to race and try to get to 1 million before the Super Bowl. Thank you so much for the support.
Damn, I'm still trying to hit fucking 400, motherfuckers. I'm still trying to hit 400. I suck. I mean, I'm glad I'm getting some traction and attention lately, but yeah, I'm trying to get to 400 here. I'm still at 318. I'm rebuilding. I'm on the rebuild. I'm on my Ryan Poles arc, having to rebuild from scratch. It's painful. I need a trade.
And that was one silver lining from last night. Starting off, heading into this week, of course, the Packers have dealt with a litany of injuries. And there are definitely some injuries on the other side, as Chicago is missing Rome Odunze. And
welcome to hell. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Rome and Luther, I swear to God, I did not think we would overcome. And I thought, like, okay, if we're going to win this, we're going to have to win it by running the ball. Then I saw that they were stacking the box and they weren't afraid of us throwing the ball. I was like, well, we're done. It's over. I was like, yeah, we're done. We're not. It just isn't a game to win, man. If Burden was healthy, and it sounds like Cope, and I know it will sound like Cope, and I'm fine with it sounding like Cope, and that's fine. Say it's Cope. I guarantee you, the Bears play that game a lot differently, and certain drives are a lot longer than they are, and certain plays that are made because they're kind of bracketing DJ. They had a good plan. The run game was stopped. It looked like they were winning up front. And it looked like the Bears didn't have an answer. And it looked like Caleb didn't have anyone to throw the ball downfield to. If Luther Burden's there, it changes the entire complexion of the defense, and routes that Olamide Zaccheaus is running that he really shouldn't be running is being run by, Luther Burden, who's actually, a threat, and teams have to game plan for, because if you don't, he's going to, cut you the fuck up. So he ain't there just yet, but So there were some things, right? Tremaine Edmunds played. That was a really big boost to the linebacking core, and there are certain plays that were made to Tremaine, but Tremaine's clearly rusty. There are also some plays that he missed in terms of like instinctual misses. Like there are certain run plays that if he was in rhythm, he would have probably fucking made, So yeah, clearly there are some injuries, but Burden, I think, was the big one. If Burden was healthy, I'm pretty sure the Bears probably do some crazy shit. Let's be real. If you were having trouble with the pass game in this game without Burden, I don't know, because Burden played a big role in the game in the second half versus Green Bay. He played a massive role. That's where like a lot of things start getting, a little bit crazier. But still, I said no excuse. I even said we should still win this game without Luther Burden. We should run all over them. But I give credit to the Packers. They came in inspired to play, and they came in ready to go. And their defensive coordinator, while I know some Packer fans have issues with him, he's a good one. And when he's gone, because he's probably going to be gone for a head coaching job very soon. Probably college, actually, very soon. Probably Michigan. If I was Michigan, I'd probably look in to ask for an interview. I'm not going to lie. This guy was the coach of Boston College, and they were actually good, or was he a coordinator at Boston College? And then I don't know. We'll see.
Luther Burden. Odunze also missed the last meeting against the Packers, but the Packers, of course, losing Micah Parsons this past Sunday. And then on top of that, dealing with all of the injuries coming into a short week in which they had no Zach Tom and no Evan Williams in this ball game. However, Josh Jacobs did wind up playing. We'll talk about Josh Jacobs as he also got banged up during this game. On top of that, Christian Watson was good to go. He got banged up too, but thankfully he wound up returning.
Yeah, he did get banged up on that big play. Josh Jacobs, I would say, was a huge miss, but the Packers are running the ball phenomenally well regardless. I don't think it would have mattered. And honestly, I think the other guy added a little bit more juice. I forget. I don't know if it was Emmanuel Wilson, but they had another guy just gashing us. The Bears in the offseason have got to get fucking defensive line help. They have got to find whatever barrier, whatever they got to search. I don't care. Find defensive line help. It's bad. It is probably the single worst bit of defensive line. It's probably the single worst defensive line I've ever watched as a Bears fan. It's up there. Maybe the fucking the defensive line when we were getting gashed by Green Bay for like 50 fucking points that year. Or remember the game, like the year where Lamar Houston got hurt. I can't remember. It was Trustman's last year. He was, yeah, because the first year I think that was when we almost won the division, but then that bomb happened to us and we lost because our defense was decent, but clearly was just clearly a patchwork of a defense. The next year it was just bad. Next year was just really bad, and then they fired Trustman after everyone beat us by like 50. And then we sucked. And then we had high draft picks. Then we wasted those high draft picks because we drafted him into Trubisky like idiots. Then that Mahomes guy turned out to be pretty good, so that was bad. But even though I will say one thing, I think Mahomes kind of changed the way that we looked at like drafting quarterbacks. If it wasn't for him, I don't know if Caleb gets looked at the way he does. So kind of funny how things work out. But yeah, just a funny road. Yeah, funny road.
But of course, because the injury gods are not done with us just yet, in the second quarter,
sucks, huh?
Jordan Love suffered a concussion and was ruled out of this game.
Let me make sure people understand that this play and why I can't stand the way that retards talk. Not Tom, by the way. I'm not blaming Tom. I'm not taking a preemptive strike. I'm taking a strike at all the idiots that I've seen online. Do you retards understand how physics work, or do you understand how tackling works? Do you understand what a dirty tackle is? A dirty tackle is in a textbook, I'm going to tackle you. If Jordan Love did not put his head down, and Jordan Love did not lean down to brace for this hit, thus putting his head as a target center, Jordan Love gets hit in the fucking sternum at worst. He gets hit in the chest at worst. But Jordan Love leaned down at 6 foot fucking 5 and got hit. Jordan Love is a 6'5" grown ass man. Austin Booker is maybe 6'3", 6'4" at best. And he's leaning down into a tackle. Understand physics. How is that a fucking penalty to make a form tackle like that? I don't understand what fucking the NFL wants these defensive ends to do. What do you want them to do? They have been taught from birth how to tackle, and this is how you tackle. I'm sorry, but football is a violent sport. They knew the risk. They signed up for it. Jordan Love is not regretful of the risk of playing football. So if you fuckers want to use this as motivation, you retarded Green Bay fans want to use this as motivation and lie to yourselves about that was a dirty hit, go ahead, because we didn't call fucking Corey Wooten literally taking Brett Favre and fucking shattering his fucking shoulder a dirty hit, because it wasn't. It was unfortunately football. But that looked a lot more violent than this shit. This is unfortunate. Not, holy shit, this is dirty. It was unfortunate. But also, Jordan Love shouldn't put his head down like that. But we have to get punished for the offensive players initiating the contact. I don't understand why. I don't understand why we have to pay for the misfortunes of offensive players doing it to themselves. But whatever. Awesome. Cool. Physics, right?
We'll see if he's going to be able to play in the next 6 days, as the Packers, they do not have an extra day.
Again, like I said, the silver lining is Malik Willis is not going. It's not going to be a difference. In fact, honestly, you're probably going to be playing fucking Tyler Huntley. So I guess all's fair is fair, right? And hey, once again, proving my point. The fucking Ravens did not lose tonight because of Tyler Huntley. They lost tonight because their defense sucks complete monkey dick. And they should fire the defensive coordinator, who sucks at everything. Orr is terrible. Zach Orr is a fucking terrorist. He should be fired. Holy shit. So it wasn't because of Tyler Huntley. So the excuses, I just don't think I want to hear from Green Bay fans. I don't care. Again, they're going to make excuse saying if Jordan Love's there, what you score the same amount of points. You weren't really scoring. You weren't really like showing anything too much with Jordan Love. The offense did not change. It was virtually the same exact offense. If you can't win with a quarterback throwing 9 of 11, not turning the ball over, multiple rush yards, and then a dagger touchdown in the fourth quarter, if you can't win with that, I don't know what to tell you. Again, they're going to make these excuses, and I got to be real with you. It's fucking retarded.
Of rest, because they are going to be playing prime time on Saturday night once again as they take on the Baltimore Ravens.
Again, it ain't going to be because of Malik Willis, bro. You guys are probably the most fortunate team in the NFL right now to have someone like Malik Willis as your fucking backup. You can still run your same offense virtually untouched. Same with fucking, like, you and Baltimore are kind of the mirror match, in my opinion, where you guys are the same teams. You're like in the same situations. The only difference is I think Harbaugh needs to be let go, and I think LaFleur, well, I don't know. Here's my thing. I think they're a mirror match. I think they're the same exact teams, and it's going to be actually kind of interesting to see how this matches up. But you have a situation where Tyler Huntley and Malik Willis can run the offenses the same exact way that the other quarterbacks are running it. Granted, maybe we're talking about an MVP candidate in Lamar Jackson, so you can't quite possibly put the same type of numbers. But in terms of doing the same concepts and doing the same things, Tyler Huntley was just fine. And honestly, against us, we struggled. And so this game reminded me of the Tyler Huntley game. The only difference is Caleb Williams grew up into a man. Caleb Williams just wasn't the same quarterback he was in that Baltimore game that he is now. So who knows? But to me, I don't think there's any excuses from Green Bay for this one. I think you're going to run your same offense. It's going to be the same exact shit. Nothing's going to change. Except I think, honestly, it might work out better because Malik Willis is a faster athlete than Jordan Love is. He's not as tall, so whatever.
And so hopefully Jordan Love is okay. And in addition, John Fitzpatrick got carted off the field. He tried to walk off the field on his own power, and he has
that sucked.
Achilles injury, which did not look good. So hopefully fast recoveries to everybody.
Yeah, that one sucked. That sucks. I hate to see those Achilles injuries, man. By the way, that fucking one in Denver. Oof, that Denver fucking injury today was just brutal. Excuse me. Shut up. Fuck out of here.
Who's got injured. And now let's talk about this absolutely abysmal football game. This I don't even know where to begin. We could start looking at the offense and talk about some of the good, because some of the good has to do with Malik Willis. Jordan Love, before he got injured, went 8 for 13 and 77 yards. But Malik Willis came in and he had a really damn good game. And this has been one of the great things about finally finding a backup quarterback. Malik Willis has come in, whether it was last year, able to win the Packers a bunch of games while Jordan Love was out after he got injured in week 1 against Philadelphia. And he was able to step in, and it looks like he didn't miss a beat. He went 9 for 11, 121 yards, and 1 touchdown through the air. Also rushed 10 times for 44 yards. And I know there's plenty of Packers fans who have talked about this, but it does look like LaFleur at least is able to open up the playbook on the ground when Malik Willis is in, because you have to account for his mobility. He was able to get a big-time first down as he was able to scramble out to the left really early on in this.
He is able to give you the things that Jordan Love can give you, but the added element of being a more athletic quarterback. So you're able to add different looks, but the system just doesn't miss a beat with him. I really mean that. I'm not trying to insult people with Jordan Love or whatever. I'm just saying this as a fan. It doesn't miss a beat. If you have nothing to worry about when it comes to playing. First of all, the excuses don't really matter because you're going to be playing Tyler Huntley regardless, most likely, versus Baltimore, which I think is actually a lot better for Baltimore to put Tyler Huntley in than having Lamar Jackson, who was fucking hurt in this game. Lamar Jackson being hurt does not do any fucking good for anyone. I don't understand why they put him into this game. That needs to be looked at, and it needs to be said that was fucking stupid. He needs to be fucking resting. Tyler Huntley has proven that he can win you games in the NFL. You didn't lose tonight because Tyler Huntley, Baltimore. Everyone knows it. You lost tonight. And I'm not saying that to like as if Baltimore fans are going to disagree with me. They're going to say the same thing. Tyler Huntley played well, than better than damn good enough to win you that game. Tyler Huntley played you a game that you should have won with, and you didn't.
game. And on top of that, he was able to navigate the pocket and avoid a bunch of sacks, even though ultimately he did get sacked 2 times. So a huge shout out to Malik Willis because he did everything that he possibly could to win this football game. Even when he was banged up heading into overtime, he was able to complete a really nice pass. Unfortunately, because we can't have nice things though, Malik Willis did fumble the snap on 4th down in overtime, which allowed the Bears to get the ball. And ultimately they were able to go down the field and score. But honestly, I'm not blaming Malik Willis for any of that because the Packers, and this wasn't just a Malik Willis problem, they were very inefficient in the red zone once again. They were one of the best teams in the red zone this season heading into that Denver game. And after an abysmal display in Denver, they were 0 for 5 in the red zone today. So just a horrid performance overall by the offense.
And I will say this, like Jordan Love wasn't scoring. You can say, oh, Jordan Love would do a few things. I don't know what he would do differently to get you those scores. It's not, that wasn't the problem. The Bears played a very bend, don't break defense. I didn't like it personally, in my estimation. I rather would have took more risks. If you give up a touchdown here and there, it's possessions for me. The Packers game plan was perfect in the sense that they just did what we did in the first game. We kept possession. But the problem is we didn't score when we had the ball or we didn't do anything. We didn't flip that at all. Until the very end where we just, for some reason, I guess Caleb turned on some switch and they just said, you know what, just let him fucking cook. And then he just fucking went like Jesus mode and that was it. And we've seen this before with Caleb where he'll just turn on some fucking switch and go God mode. The first game he ever played against the Packers, I think he played within the offense and delivered and played very well and delivered a lot of plays and made big throws. And thanks to Eberflus being Eber fuckstick, we lost the first game, even though if it was a competent coach, the Bears would have won that game very easily. They would have went down, probably got like a 15-yard chip shot field goal at that rate because he was dumb. This is why Eberflus is so dumb. He sat there, had like a minute left, and he's like, let's run the clock down and then kick from like 30, 40 yards away. No, you fucking dumb fuck. You try and win the game still. You still run the ball. You still let Caleb do what he does. You don't have to fucking throw the ball downfield. You just cautiously run the ball or throw some screens. You try and inch it closer. Terrible clock management, terrible management. That's why we lost the first one. We win the second one off a last second field goal, ironically, but whatever. Then the games this year, Caleb lost the first one because of, like I said, I didn't let the play call from jump. I rather would have relied on our offensive line. And the Bears took a lot of weird exotic risks with Jordan Love in the first game. This game, they're like, listen, make him drive down the length of the field and have to make decisions. And clearly Jordan Love cannot in the red zone. And it's hard for any quarterback too in the red zone when you're playing that type of defense. I didn't like it regardless because it was just too fucking easy. But is what it is. That's why the red zone was so tough.
Offense and just not being able to capitalize and score the points that they needed. The Packers, of course, going down the very first drive, and they were moving that ball very well with Jordan Love, but they went for it on 4th down, being aggressive, ultimately not kicking the field goal, which wound up biting them in the ass. But you want Matt LaFleur to be aggressive? He was aggressive, and unfortunately, they just could not get it done. And taking a look at the rest of the offense here, Emmanuel Wilson, 14 carries for 82 yards. The Packers had a total of 192 rushing yards on the day, so did very, very well on the ground. Josh Jacobs, 12 for 36. Again, he was banged up heading into this game. He wound up not seeing the field until that onside kick recovery after he fumbled inside the 5. And again, this just adds to the pile of errors that the Packers had on Saturday night because the Packers could have at least walked away with a field goal, but fumbling inside the 5, they walked away with 0 points. And yeah, this wound up costing them. Romeo Doubs was the Packers' leading receiver, 5 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown. He had an absolutely incredible night in a night where Christian Watson was heading into this game and he wasn't 100%. Jaden Reed and Christian Watson wound up colliding on the same play and they wound up being out for a little bit. Romeo Doubs was their leading receiver. Unfortunately, though, Romeo Doubs made an egregious error on that onside kick recovery. As the
I'm sorry, it makes me laugh.
ball hit him, he could not recover it cleanly, and ultimately
I think he broke his hand. I think he like fucked up his hand on this.
the Bears recovered the onside kick. By the way, this is only the 5th onside kick recovery.
Yeah, he fucked up on the. I think he fucked up his hand or some shit on this. I thought he did. Maybe I'm wrong. I read a joke post. I don't know. I read a joke post. Maybe I don't know.
That has been successful this season. So, yeah, right off the bat,
Isn't it crazy though? We literally had this situation last year with the Vikings where we covered an onside kick and we got a chance. And by the way, Caleb was ridiculous in that game. He threw like 388 or some shit, and like we almost won that game, right? And he had a mistake in the fourth in overtime, and everyone just harped on the mistake. I'm like, a rookie quarterback just got us into overtime versus the division versus like a division leader in the Vikings, and you're bitching and moaning and crying and pissing and whining and having a temper tantrum over the fact that he had one mistake. Okay, well, stay on that side.
We're just talking about the offense. You have 3 major errors. They didn't show up in the red zone, and yet the Packers dominated time of possession and were also winning this game up until the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the defense, honestly, it was better than what I thought it was going to be.
Again, not to discredit the Packers defense, I did offer a lot of credit to Jeff Hafley and what they did. This is why it's very important to have Rome Odunze and Luther Burden. At least one of them. There are things that great receivers do. It's they get the fuck open. That's like first and foremost. So people I think undervalue that trait because they think it's just like well, duh, isn't it everyone's job? Yeah, but you have to understand there's a gift of getting open. There are guys that know how to sit in a perfect spot. They know how to run their routes. They have great footwork. Luther Burden and Rome Odunze are gifted wide receivers. So they're able to get open in certain ways. They're also able to make certain catches. Now Rome drops a lot. Still, certain catches are made because of that. Certain third downs, there are go-to guys. In this game, there was no go-to guy, really, because DJ was bracketed. So you're like, okay, where am I going to go with this fucking ball? Ja'Day Walker hasn't developed that trust yet. Colston, Loveland, and Kmet are tight ends. That's kind of hard on third down to kind of just maneuver them around with the way that this offense is played. So it was an adjustment period. We had to try and run the ball, and we did. That last 5 minutes, I'll just tell you this. Caleb Williams just said, I'm going to go win this fucking game because fuck these motherfuckers. I don't know how else to explain it. Down your fucking trusted wide receivers. Down this, down that. Fuck it, I don't care. Okay. Awesome, psycho. And he did it. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. At some point, a switch was turned on. The team just said, fuck this. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to quantify it. I don't know if that's how Packers fans had it with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. But I can tell you this. I'm so glad we drafted this kid because I don't think Justin Fields doesn't do any of this shit, man. Mitchell Trubisky doesn't do any of this shit. I remember those years. I'm thinking we always get so close, but there's certain plays that we just don't make. Caleb Williams is making those plays. I just don't know how else to explain it.
In the first half, they shut out the Chicago Bears and they allowed 103 yards. Yes, one of those was a turnover on downs in which Chicago was able to move down the field, and then it was a high snap that allowed the Packers to get the ball back. But hey, without Micah Parsons, the Packers were still able to pressure Caleb Williams a pretty damn good amount. There were 22 total pressures from the Packers, and Caleb Williams was pressured on 47.4% of his dropbacks. However, what was the difference maker? Caleb Williams just played really damn well. And so while the Packers were able to get a ton of
the kid's really good at this shit for some reason. It's like he enjoys it when things are harder for some reason versus just doing things easy. It's hilarious.
Pressure on Caleb Williams the first time that they played, Micah Parsons not being there made a huge difference. And when you're talking about the defense, Nixon,
I mean, yes and no, because I'll be real with you, Tom. I agree with you, but let's also go back to the fact that with Micah Parsons, he kicked your ass in the second half last time. Granted, he had that one. They didn't win with that one fucking throw that he beat Philly with. Ironically, he closed them out with Philly with, but he shanked the throw. Micah is a game wrecker. Not going to doubt that. Yes, in the first half, that was very evident. Second half, I didn't see really much of Micah Parsons. And I'll tell you what else I didn't see. I didn't see that defensive line doing shit when it came to the run game. That second half, the Bears physically dominated them. And then Caleb just started doing crazy shit. All right. He just threw for like 2 touchdowns, went for like 160 yards in that second half. He went and fucking went nuclear. So I will say, yeah, okay. But you have to understand we were missing Rome Odunze that game as well. And Luther Burden was there that game. That's what I'm talking the difference. So yeah, we could say a big difference. Mike is a huge difference. We're not saying that. Of course he is. He's a game wrecker. No shit. Of course. But you were still a top 5 defense without Micah Parsons last year. You were still a defense that was very stout and formidable. I don't think, I think when Packers fans are going doom and gloom, I think that's just giant excuse coat bullshit. That's a problem if your defense falls apart without Micah Parsons, because Micah Parsons was supposed to get you into being a Super Bowl contender, not, oh my God, we need him to be a contender in the playoffs. That's a problem. That's a major problem. So to me, I look at it like, yeah, but if Luther Burden was in this game, let's be real, this game's a vastly different game because you have someone other than DJ Moore that can get into certain spots and get open. And he's a better route runner than DJ Moore. And he's a better natural wide receiver than DJ. And even then, DJ still torched Jaw at the end of the game. I don't know how, but he still made huge catches down the stretch, which I don't know what the fuck happened with that. There is something, I don't know what the fuck happened with that. I don't know why you were giving it. I don't know how that last play happened, what the fuck you were calling, but wow. One-on-one with DJ Moore with a fucking golden ball was probably not what you wanted to see.
He had a tough night. He was one-on-one with DJ Moore in overtime that allowed that touchdown. And I just got to give a lot of credit to Caleb Williams and DJ Moore because that was a phenomenal throw and a phenomenal catch. And
it's why we drafted him. There's only a few other quarterbacks that can make a throw like that. Because you have to understand with the throw, and I'm going to show the highlight in a minute. There's not many quarterbacks that can make a throw like that off the back nine, off the back foot, off the back nine, and flick it like that. You're thinking of Aaron Rodgers when you think of that throw. And the first thing I thought of after that throw was, let me go watch that fucking play where Rodgers killed us with Randall Cobb. Let me go watch that. Randall Corn on a Cobb. Let me go watch that play real quick. And I just laughed thinking, so this is how it fucking feels. So that's how it feels all this time.
And I have to imagine that felt pretty good for Caleb Williams, who was intercepted by Keyshawn Nixon.
Oh, and not just that, early in this game as well, where Keyshawn decided to hit a cheap shot on DJ Moore early in the game because Keyshawn's a bitch. Now, I don't think any Green Bay fan will defend Keyshawn Nixon to me because they hate Keyshawn Nixon more than I ever could, which is saying something. I hate that motherfucker. I fucking hate Keyshawn Nixon almost as much as I hate Jair Alexander, who I wish was here for this moment. I really wish he was a Packer for this moment. I wish that was him covering DJ, his old pathetic ass, because he probably wouldn't even gotten to a point where he could even cover him anyways. DJ would have just been wide open from burning his ass. But hey, don't. I'm just a hater. So yeah, I hate that motherfucker, man. But I know most Green Bay fans hate Keyshawn Nixon and want him gone anyways. They're gonna throw a party when that guy's fucking released.
Last time that they played, so he was able to get some revenge on our secondary. I mentioned before the Packers had no sacks. Quay Walker was their leading tackler with 14 combined.
Quay Walker played phenomenal. He was absolutely phenomenal for the Packers. His instincts were pretty much dead on. One thing that he really did well that I thought was, you know what? I'm not going to do the Nick Fuentes doc. Fuck the Nick Fuentes doc. All right, it's about football. So fuck the Nick Fuentes doc. Yeah, fuck the Nick Fuentes doc. We'll do that shit later. I'll do that shit like tomorrow. This is a good night. Let's have some football talk.
Tackles, 1 tackle for a loss. But for
I will say, Quay Walker was phenomenal. There were certain run fits that he fit in very well. He actually read a lot of our plays well. He diagnosed a lot of things very well. I thought he was phenomenal. I thought he was the best defensive player by far of either team. By far. I don't know. The best defensive player for the Bears is hard to say. I mean, there was that huge turnover thanks to fucking why am I forgetting his name? Nahshon Wright. Thanks to Nahshon Wright, who probably saved the game, if anything. He saved us. Granted, it didn't turn into anything because our offense was stagnant as fuck, but again, that saved a touchdown. The Bears were in a very difficult spot, right? And I will say this, though, relying on that is a problem, and it's one of the reasons I have an issue with this defense is the fact that it just lacks talent, and it really lacks defensive line talent. If this team had a defensive line, I'm telling you, this defense is devastating. It will turn into a very tough defense, and there's going to have to be a lot put into that. This means that you got to get defensive tackle help, depth. We need a game wrecker. You need to find a game wrecker, whether it's defensive end or defensive tackle. I don't care. You get one of those two, because if you can get someone where the middle or the right or left side is like okay, you need to patch this side up before this guy fucking kills someone every game, that makes your defense pretty much top fucking 15 automatically. And top 15 is all this team needs. It's all it needs. A top 15 consistent defense. And Adding then the turnovers, it makes it a top fucking 10 to 5 defense. So understand this is what I'm seeing. But I thought like Quay Walker was by far the best defensive player on either side. He was phenomenal. And I know Quay Walker, we've been hard on for being kind of an idiot, but he didn't look like an idiot. He looked like a man. He looked like a legit linebacker. And if he keeps this up, I would make sure that man signed long term.
Some of the good that the Packers did on defense, there was also a bunch of bad stuff. The secondary didn't play their best football. Xavier McKinney, who had a really good...
Which is crazy because, again, that should alarm you if you are a Packers fan. And this is what a lot of Packers fans have been saying. I pay attention. And they were right about that one thing, that the secondary is very much shielded and insulated because of Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons, because of his... And that's like every defensive line that's great. It does, to a degree, shield and insulate your secondary. That's the kind of the point. But he really insulated that secondary from being looked at because quarterbacks didn't have time to throw the ball because of the game record issue that I was talking about. But now, with teams not having to worry about that to an extent, oh, well, Caleb Williams is like, I'm going to launch this bitch down the field now. I'm going to launch this bitch down the field now. Keyshawn Nixon, you a bitch. I'm going to throw it down the field, bro. Xavier McKinney, you a bigger bitch. By the way, fuck Xavier McKinney. I'm so happy that fucking asshole got what he had coming to him as well. I fucking hate that dude as well. Don't think I fucking forgot some of the shit that he said down the stretch. Fuck Xavier McKinney as well. Big fuck you to that guy. Still one of the best safeties in the league, don't get me wrong, but fuck that dude. Believe me, a lot of fuck yous going around to the Green Bay Packers, don't get me wrong. But he didn't have a good game. He was pretty terrible as well. But again, the secondary just got exposed for basically being insulated by Micah Parsons. And a lot of Packer fans, they saw that because it wasn't just Caleb that torched them. Dude, Bo Nix took a shit on them. I mean, again, there's no excuse to me that this defense that was touted so highly last year should be this bad in certain spots. Now, granted, they still played well until the end where, again, Caleb Williams just decided to basically show you how it feels to have a fucking elite talented quarterback shit on you. It sucks. I know, Green Bay fans, it fucking sucks. I had to live it. How's it feel? Here's the worst part. Caleb Williams is a giant. Guess who? Aaron Rodgers fan. Isn't that a bitch? It's fitting. It's kind of fitting. I'm not gonna lie.
Good night. Dropped yet another interception. He had a dropped interception this past Sunday. And Brinson, late in that game, the Packers, they finally get after Caleb Williams. They get a sack. It's 3rd and 20. And this moves the Bears back to their own side of the field. But that sack is completely negated as Brinson had a face mask. So that went.
To be honest, I felt there was a lot of things that weren't called on the Packers down the stretch. Especially like there was a hold. That was a blatant fucking hold. Like I'm talking the jerseys getting pulled. So it's kind of funny seeing Packer fans complain because I know on that last play where Caleb, threw the God ball to fucking DJ to win the game. One of their players was held, and I do acknowledge that. Granted, it doesn't really matter because Keyshawn Nixon also fucking committed pass interference blatantly on fucking DJ, and he still got burned for a touchdown. So shove it. But and I get it. Like that would negate the call, and they would just say, "All right, replay the down," and that's what you'd want. But I'm like, spiritually, in my opinion, on football, spiritually, you let that shit go. You let both of it go. All right. In my opinion, the refs didn't do anything wrong. You don't call holding because it happened with the fucking Hail Mary against us last year at Washington. They held. They did. But you know what? I'm fine. You just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You don't want to be the ref that ruins magical plays because of ref ball. Don't do that. Let it, unless it's blatant, like the fucking Detroit Lions was fucking blatant as shit. Where fucking Amon-Ra literally went in and forearms shoved the shit at Jalen Ramsey. Like, you can't let that go if you're a ref. That's different. But, jersey pull. Nah, let it go. Let the play stand. Just let it go. Let it go. If the play was incomplete, I guarantee you some flags would have been thrown. If the play was incomplete, there would have been offsetting penalties, and that's what would happen. But with the play being what it was, let it go. Just don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. And I understand the refs letting certain shit go down the stretch. You are a fucker, Robin. My cat just took a massive shit, and I have to smell it. It's great. I shouldn't be telling the audience this, but Jesus Christ.
instead of being 4th and 26, knocking them out of field goal range to a 1st and 10 on Green Bay's 31, the Bears would ultimately kick a field goal, making it a 1-score game. And then, of course, they kicked the onside kick. And speaking of the special teams, besides Romeo Doubs dropping that ball, McManus went a perfect 3 for 3. We didn't even see Dan Whelan, as there was no punts from the Packers this past
Once again, that is fucking funny.
Saturday. And when you put it all together, it was just sloppy freaking football in a game that the Packers should have.
You literally didn't punt, and you're 0-2 and you don't punt. That is fucking funny.
Won. They were up 10 with 5 minutes and 3 seconds to go. They had a win probability of 99%. And ultimately, they just choked away that game. And I do got to give a lot of credit to Caleb Williams because he played a really damn good game. Went 19 for 34, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. They went 1 for 2 in the red zone, which again, you can give credit to the Packers defense not allowing them many trips to the red zone. Santos was incredible for the Bears because it was a
Cairo Santos, I owe an apology to. That's our kicker. Nothing more needs to be said. I owe an apology to that guy. We were very hard on Cairo, and Cairo won this game for us. I will say that without Cairo, we don't win this game. So, not much to say. But that's just me. My cat's. Rob, what are you doing in there? Oh, he's in his. Oh, I see the heat. Never mind. But yeah, that's just what I got from that. That was all Cairo. Cairo won that game for the Bears, and I will refuse to see anything else, to see it any other way. That without Cairo, we don't win that. Yeah, I refuse to see it any other way. I've lived through so much Bears mishaps and kicking, man, that it was good to see someone I'm like, he's going to nail this.
very windy night on Saturday, and he was able to drill all of his field goals. Swift went 13 carries for 58 yards. Monungai 9 for 50. Also was their second leading receiver.
So basically, the Bears went for like 140 plus in terms of rushing. So they were able to still run the ball really fucking well. Caleb had some runs, but between the running backs, you had 108 yards. So that's what we wanted. And again, I don't think we ran it enough. I just don't think we ran it enough. We should have ran it more. I think we're going to continue to run it more. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's all I can say. I mean, it's a lot easier when you can run the ball. It's always the give and take. Where yes, running the ball to set up the pass, but the pass also helps you sustain a run game. If Luther Burden was here, I guarantee you those numbers are up. Those numbers stay up. They go up. So I'm telling you, if you're a Packers fan and you're thinking about revenge, yes, I would think that too. But in the playoffs, you have to understand you're going to be facing a fully healthy offense that has been giving you shit, regardless of if you had Micah in or not. You've had to literally battle till the end to beat this offense. So now you're going to face them fully healthy. I don't know. Good luck. The way that this team's coming together is scary. And I will say one thing, Ben Johnson's influence. Oh, there it is at the bottom, 150. They put up 150 yards rushing, and that's a big deal. In the fourth quarter, like I said, crazy shit happened. We call it a fluke win. I call it more along the lines of a win that the Bears went and took advantage of all their options, and they took advantage of every opportunity they had. You can say it's a fluke win all you want, but I mean, what was last year's win with the fucking blocked field goal? Right. Everything's a fluke until it's not a fluke, right? And that's why I'm like, whatever, dude. But from what I can say is there's a lot of things that are very to be happy about with a Bears fan as a Bears fan. One of the things is we won this game without like I would say 60% of the pass game. And Caleb Williams still cooked. He still cooked. That's amazing to me. So that's a very big thing. Because that's what tests a quarterback. How are you when you don't have receivers? The greats will still cook you. Drew Brees? Oh, he has Walmart cashiers for wide receivers. Oh, he still sets NFL records. Tom Brady has a bunch of fucking Kmart players. No, still cooks you. That's what separates you. And I'm happy to see that, Caleb, it didn't matter. And I am very happy to see that.
For 3 catches for 43 yards. In total, the Bears had 150 rushing yards. DJ Moore was their leading receiver, 5 catches for 97 yards. And of course, that touchdown, which was a 46-yard touchdown, which wound up ending the game in overtime. And so, where does this leave the Packers? Well, a few things. One, that was terrible. And it really felt like 2 separate games. One, it felt like the Cleveland Browns game earlier this season where they were up late in that game and they just choked it all away. And two,
You know what killed them at the end as well? Turnovers and the run game. They got like fucking Judkins kicked their like just put his foot up their ass, and that's something that you need to work. And that, again, that was with Michael Parsons. Guess what? Dallas, the same thing. There are games that I can point to say that Green Bay got bitched up front, and with Micah without. The thing about Micah is, yes, the passing game, he's gonna be a game wrecker, bro. But the run game, let's be real, he ain't gonna really do much. You're not gonna care about running stunts in the run game. Like, that's not how that works. You're gonna have to we have to fucking be like real. The Wyatt injury for Green Bay is massive, clearly, and they haven't quite recovered in the run game. Everyone's running all over them, and I'll be honest with you, I can see you're gonna have to face Derrick Henry next week. And as far as the Ravens are gonna be playing, they're gonna be playing for their division lives here. Now, me, because I'm a sicko, I want the Cleveland Browns to beat Pittsburgh. It probably won't happen. But at the end of the year, I want Baltimore versus Pittsburgh for the division. I'm a sick bastard, and I want to see that for all the sick pleasure that I have. I'm sure Tom Grossi can agree, just because Urinating Tree would also put on probably the best fucking live stream of his life. I want that. Also, fuck the Steelers. I just don't like the Steelers. I don't know what it is. They're like that team I just don't like. I don't like them or their fans. I don't like them. Fuck them. Probably because like the one team that we usually make our bitch. And I don't know why. Every time. It's always due to some bullshit. Dude, nothing will ever beat the game where they got whooped by Mike Glennon. And it wasn't really get whooped by Mike Glennon. It was the fact that Mike Glennon managed the game. But Tariq Cohen and Jordan Howard just beat their fucking ass. Ran all over them like it was fucking Christmas, dog. We cooked their ass, man. We cooked them on the run game. And we beat them in overtime. Oh, shit was so fucking fun. Then there was the game we played in Justin's rookie year, and I thought this is where Justin Fields was arriving and showing he's going to be special. Whatever. And he cooked the Steelers, right? He's cooking them. And then they fucked us. The refs fucked us and gave the win to Pittsburgh. I'm like, why? For some phantom unsportsmanlike call. Because one of our players, some guy from the Patriots, cool dude, he looked over to the sideline. Cassius Marsh, that's the one. Cassius Marsh. He looked over to the sideline. That's taunting. Okay, bitches, sure, whatever. And then Cairo couldn't hit this field goal at the end to tie it like 58, 59, or 60 or some shit. It was a long field goal. I knew it was over then. Fuck the Steelers, honestly. I root for your downfall. I also fuck Aaron Rodgers, but that's just me. All right, anyways, done hating.
It was a very stark reminder of the NFC Championship game against the Seattle Seahawks because you had the onside kick, you had the deep throw for a touchdown in overtime, and overall, just a whole lot of pain. So whether you're looking at the offense's inefficiency in the red zone, the fumbles, or whether you're looking at the special team fumbles, or whether you're looking at the defense with inopportune penalties, this was a complete and total team loss in a game that I think was pretty well coached by Matt LaFleur, especially when Malik Willis was in. Again, that just opened up the ground game, and they were able to get over 150 yards on the ground. That's something to be happy about. What you're not happy about is that situationally, here we go again, the Packers had this game well in hand, and whether it's the face mask late or the fumble on the onside kick or the defense just completely and totally crapping the bed at the end, yeah, that was a really rough game for the Packers to lose. This is now the first game that the Packers have lost within the division this season, and this drops them to...
Which is very odd. I feel as though they should have lost more, but then again, I'm thinking about it. You had like a game against 9 in Green Bay. You had the first game of the year versus Detroit. Yeah, it is kind of crazy to think about that the Bears are the only two teams of all the teams in the division, like only of all the 4. The Bears of the 3 that you've played should have honestly had 2 wins on you. That's crazy. The Bears could have easily had 2 wins on them. That's crazy to me because the Bears could have easily won the first game in Green Bay if it wasn't for I blame the call. Unless everyone's going to look at the fucking the interception and the throw, and I blame the call because I don't like the call. Granted, if it was executed, it would have been a touchdown. But there are 2 plays that lost us that game. The missed tackle where 3 dudes are right around Josh Jacobs, and somehow he slipped through. And then the 4th down call I didn't like. I rather would have leaned on the offensive line. I guarantee you they would have got that first down. Yeah, if some crazy play happened on third down, running the ball with Kyle Monungnai. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck. Punch them right in the fucking face again. They're bitches. They weren't going to do shit. They got domed up front. And even at the end of the game, they got domed up front. That's another thing. At the end of the game, the reason that the Packers defense looked so great was miscues by the Bears offense due to, again, what was I saying? And doing a really great job selling out to make sure that first and second down were not, we're not successful for the Bears. But the thing is, on third down and long, you didn't have Rome or Luther, who are third down game breakers. Without them, you saw the difference. But what happened was, at the end of the game, y'all got gassed. And your defensive line got exposed again for being bitched. And the Bears' offensive line just handled them again at the end of the game. That's what happened. There were big runs in the second half. Caleb was virtually untouched. He had all the time in the world to throw the ball. He was like sitting on a fucking chair. Motherfucker might as well did his Cam Ward impression and just stood there like, are you guys even going to try and hit me? That's how it looked at times, where the offensive line just had you. There is some pressure up in the first half, but man, that second half, it was just like in the fourth quarter, you could tell the tides were changing. That defense was not doing the same that it was. It just didn't feel the same. Granted, we'll see if it gets to the playoffs. We'll see how that goes if we get the home game, which we should probably get the home game. I'll be honest with you, that Ravens game is going to tell you everything you need to know about Green Bay. And if they give up a whole shitload to Baltimore, which I'm going to be real with you, Derrick Henry is going to beat the shit out of you if it comes down to it. Good luck. As if you're struggling now, if Derrick Henry walks in there and shits on you, that's all I need to know. You're going to be in some trouble come playoff time regardless, because your defense is going to be most likely in a spot where you're going to have to sit there and take a bunch of load management from the Bears. And the way that Caleb's going, time he gets to the playoffs, that offense is going to be very, very terrifying to deal with. Now, granted, the only thing I will say is the defense of the Bears is what's going to make or break this season, and I'm so very concerned about that. But we'll see. I am. That defense has no fucking talent on the line. They lack talent, and it needs to be addressed this offseason.
9-5-1. And now the Bears, they have complete control over their destiny. The Bears will win the NFC North if they win either their game against the 49ers next week or that Week 18 game against the Lions. If the Packers want to have a shot at the division, they have to win their last two games against the Ravens and the Vikings, and the Bears have to lose out. Also, there is still a possibility that the Lions could win the division.
Well, the Bears want. Well, that's over with. The Bears already clinched the playoff spot. They're going to the playoffs regardless. They just got to beat San Francisco or Detroit. San Francisco's gonna be a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. If Rome, which I don't think he'll be healthy, obviously, but if Burden isn't healthy, I don't think we're beating San Fran. If he's healthy, we got a shot. Straight up, we got a shot. And when I say healthy, he's got to be like fully ready to go. I don't mean like 75%. I mean like ready to go. So if he's not fully ready to go, don't even fucking play him. If I'm the Bears, don't play him. I need him for the end of the year then. I'm going to need those guys when I need them, not for, let's go out and you know what I mean? We'll see. Next Sunday night's going to be very fucking interesting, people. I think with the extra day, I'm hoping that Luther will be ready. I don't foresee Rome ready until maybe like the end of the year.
The Lions would have to win out their three remaining games they're playing against.
Nope.
It's Pittsburgh today and Aaron Rodgers. They would need the Bears to lose at San Francisco and the Packers to lose either against the Ravens or the Vikings, and that would give the Lions the division. So they are
not going to happen.
Not out just yet. But when talking about the Packers, they remain at the number 7 seed. The Bears are currently at the 2 seed, and the Packers still have a 78% chance to make the postseason. And so if they're able to win these last 2 games, we'll see what the Bears do. They're going to be making it into the playoffs, but there's a very good shot that they are going to be the 7 seed for the 3rd season in a row, which I know plenty of people are not going to be happy about. And
you get to play Chicago again. Yeah, your fan base is very delusional, so yeah, they'll be happy. This is what they want. I bet that's what they want. Of course, they wanted the fucking home seat. I know. But if you get to go to Chicago again, I don't see that as such a bad thing. It's kind of where I'm like a little like about. It's a great test, but it's also like fuck, a divisional opponent in the first round's a pain in the ass. It just is. So we'll see. But with the way things are going, the Bears will be healthy by then. I don't know, man. That's a tough ass one. That's a tough one. Especially if Luther and Rome are healthy. Well, then your secondary is going to get fucking cooked. You're going to be in trouble. Those guys are going to be running all over you. And they should be healthy by then. So
there's a very realistic scenario that if the Bears are able to hold on to the 2 seed, the Packers being the 7 seed, we are going to see this matchup in the wild card round. And again, it was a really fun game. It wasn't fun as a Packers fan in any way, shape, or form, but you got to give some credit to the Bears, especially Caleb Williams. He played really well under pressure. Both his touchdowns came when he was under pressure. And ultimately, this was just a complete meltdown in a time where the Packers already have a ton of injuries heading into this game.
can I just say that right there, though? Like, let me post that. What is Austin Booker? He leaned down, man. It's a dirty hit. Yes, wrapping around and hugging aggressively is a dirty hit. I fucking hate internet sports fans. You people are pussies. You don't know jack shit about this league. You're pussies. Anyways.
And ultimately, this was just a complete meltdown in a time where the Packers already have a ton of injuries heading into this game, but then they also lost their starting quarterback. So hopefully Jordan Love will be good to go for this Saturday. But yeah, like
I said, I don't think it matters. I really don't. Especially with the fact that you're probably going to be playing Tyler Huntley. The problem is how's your defense going to handle Tyler Huntley and the Ravens? And I know that sounds like I'm making a joke, but no, I'm being dead ass serious. They're going to literally look at this tape and go, okay, so we're going to have Tyler Huntley do some quarterback runs, and we're going to really pound you with Derrick Henry. I'm going to be real. There is a very high possibility that you're going to lose that game. And I'm going to tell you why you're going to lose it. The Ravens are built to beat you. They're going to run the ball heavy. They have a defense that's going to be physical. Granted, they lost one. They blew it against Drake May. The problem is Green Bay doesn't really have an offense that's like it's different than New England, where New England can beat you down the field, but they don't have like wide receivers like Stephon Diggs, game breakers like that. They have good players, really good wide receivers, and they have someone that has potential to be a game breaker and someone like Christian Watson, but he hasn't really shown it. I don't know what the fuck to say about Matthew Golden. I didn't like the draft pick. I said, I don't know why Matthew Golden's going ahead of Luther Burden. I said it in that draft. I said, I don't think he's that great a wide receiver. I didn't like him at Texas. I don't like him now. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. I really didn't like him at Texas. We'll see. But I will say this. That game is going to tell you all you need to know as a Packers fan. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about what's going to happen in the playoffs. Because not much is going to change. You kind of knew by the end of end of last year that the Packers were not going to beat Philly in the cold weather with what they're going to do because Philly just wasn't going to back down. Now, granted, the game was a little closer, but I watched that game. You were controlled the entire way. Philly didn't really sweat you. So that's where we're at. We'll see what Jordan Love. Maybe you can spend the revenge game. I don't fucking know. To be completely fucking honest with you, I don't think it's even about Jordan Love or the offense. This is completely on what your defense is going to do. Are they really going to fold or they're not? Are they going to come back and try and fight? And, excuse me. A loss like that, take it from me, as a Bears fan, it can really shatter you. It can devastate you. I would know. I've seen it happen. But that's with bad coaching. With a decent head coach, I think you should be fine, ready to go. I'm actually thinking they're going to win that game versus the Ravens, but that's not what I'm looking for if they win or lose. What I'm looking for is how are they going to handle the rush? Now, for the Bears coming into San Francisco, if Luther Burden ain't healthy, I'm not going to bother with us thinking we're going to win that game. If he's healthy, we'll see. I'm interested to see how we do. Regardless, I'm going to be interested. I just think it's a lot of injuries to overcome defensively, offensively with the fucking 2 wide receivers being out. Now, can we run the ball on them? I don't know. Robert Saleh was fucking an evil mastermind playing out of his mind right now. He's coordinating out of his mind right now. I don't know what else to tell you. Coordinator of the year, and it's not even close for me. So we'll see. I'm very, very, very concerned about that game. The Detroit game is going to be a playoff game for the Bears. So if they win that game and they hit it handily, I'm ready to go for the divisional. For the wild card versus Green Bay. Now, if they go out and win, fucking pull it off and win in San Francisco, Ben Johnson's a fucking psycho, and the Bears are going to be in a great spot. They could, who knows? We'll see how the game goes.
This one stings like a whole freaking lot. This is a tough game to lose. That rivalry with Chicago is definitely back, but considering you're up with 5 minutes and 3 seconds to go, you're up by 2 scores. This is definitely a tough loss. So now we'll see if the Packers can rebound. And unfortunately, this is just another situational game that got away from them. And now we'll see if they can at least hold on to that 7 seed. And from there, we'll see if they can make some noise.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of funny. Your hopes were to rely on the Bears anyways to hold on to that if you go out and blow it. So who knows? If you lose to the Ravens, I'll be real with you. I will be completely real with you. If you lose to the Ravens, you will have deserved to lose everything this season at that point. I would think most Packer fans would agree. You should need to win this. This is a playoff game. This next week is a playoff game, not just for having to win, but because it is a preview of what's going to happen in the playoffs when you go to Chicago. Because the Ravens are going to do the same, are basically very similar to what they're going to are very similar as a basis to what's going to be done with Chicago. Granted, Tyler Huntley's not anywhere near the talent level of fucking Caleb Williams. Duh. Like, no offense to Tyler Huntley. I think Tyler Huntley is a phenomenal backup. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we had trouble with him as well. But then again, granted, 98%, we had no secondary. So we played like ridiculous, like overshell. That's why people were like, man, we get cooked by like laughing at we got cooked by Tyler Huntley. I'm like, did you see who we had in? When you have fucking special teamers in at your secondary, it's not good. We were missing Kyler. We didn't have Gardner Johnson yet. We were missing fucking Stevenson. We were missing fucking Sean Wright. I'm pretty sure you're missing. It was bad. It was really fucking bad. So we will see how that game goes. But if I'm the Packers, man, you get run all over by Derrick Henry, which is a very high possibility, you're gonna have some issues. And I'll tell you one thing: you have Tyler Huntley. You know who played like a man tonight? I know he fucking fumbled and kind of blew the game at the end, even though I don't blame him for the loss. Flowers looked like a fucking G tonight. So you're going to have to worry about him. And if Keyshawn Nixon is on fucking Flowers, that's what we call barbecue chicken. It's going to be bad. So we'll see how the Packers look next week. I'd be very concerned with the Ravens game. I'm being dead honest. That Ravens game is a bad game. That's a bad game to come off of a loss like that and to go play that shit after that was a very physical game at the end. Kyle Monungnai and Swift combined for 108 on your ass. Now you got to go tackle Derrick Henry? Yeah, that's going to suck, dude. Good luck.
In the postseason. But yeah, last night, I was not having a good time watching this football game. But let me know what you think down in
neither did I for like 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden I was having the time of my life.
In the comments below, how do you feel about this Packers loss? How do you feel about their chances going forward? We got 2 freaking games left. Prime time at home against the Ravens, and then we're on the road again.
And it's at home. Oof. If you lose a game at home like that, you have cemented your cooks. Oh, man. And here's the worst part. You got to play Minnesota, possibly, with your season on the line. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. They're going to whoop you. Damn. That's like the worst team. Everyone should be really concerned about Minnesota. They have found ways to win, and people forget Minnesota's not a bad football team. They've just had a bad quarterback situation with McCarthy having injuries. If McCarthy's fully healthy this year, I guarantee you this team is probably a pain in the ass to play. And I know I'm going to say this, dude, they almost beat us for fuck's sake. And McCarthy, I think, is going to be a good quarterback. You're going to have to let the kid develop. That's my legitimate opinion. Let the kid develop. I think people are writing him off way too soon. But they have a really good defense. We all know this. They have weapons, and they're finding ways to win. They just went to Dallas and won. They beat Detroit, and now they're at home to end the year versus fucking Green Bay and Detroit. And they get to fuck up their seasons. Good luck. Good luck, Green Bay. Fuck that. All right, I'll watch this because I like Tom Grossi, and we'll watch the reaction. Then I want to watch some of the highlights.
Ready, set, go like 1, 2, 3.
No Micah Parsons, Evan Williams, or Zach Tom. But we have an opportunity to sweep the Bears and shut their fans up for the rest of the season.
Ouch. It's kind of funny when you consider Green Bay fans are the ones that were arrogant, that always start this shit and always act like they're not the ones being arrogant as fuck. Like I said, the rivalry's back. And unfortunately, for once, you have to realize you're in a division with front offices that know what they're doing. Like, I will say this. So we're laughing at Detroit right now. You know they're going to be back next year, right? They're going to be back in the force. Like, it's going to get interesting. This division is going to be real interesting next year. It might be some NFC West grade type warfare. By the way, I don't envy anyone in the NFC West. That's fucking hell. Imagine being the fucking Niners and you could possibly still be the 6th seed after having the season you had. That's why I'm a little concerned as a Bears fan going into that game, because I'm going to be real. That shit with the injuries we have with the wide receiver position kind of suck. Like, Saleh doesn't need it any easier, man. And I'm really concerned about our pass game, because that offense that we just struggled with is nothing more than a poor man's version of the Shanahan offense. So I'm very concerned, but I'm also interested to see what the hell we got going on. Maybe with different players on the field and different matchups in the wide receiving core, not having certain players, who knows? But we'll see. I expect a heavy dose of the run for the Niners, and I expect a heavy dose of the run for the Bears. I expect a very fun chess match where the two brightest young minds in the NFL, Shanahan, Johnson, let's go.
Oh, I've been waiting for this for weeks.
I hate that orange jersey. Fuck. I have the navy Rome one. I hate that orange one. I don't hate it. I have a Khalil Mack orange one. Well, I did. I don't know where it is now. But I think I left it at my whatever. I don't like, I'm glad we're not wearing any alternates this year. It's like, I hope we kind of stick to that for a while until you can get me a really good alternate. And I'm talking really good. Do not ever have that orange helmet on ever again. You want to wear orange, fine, but that navy helmet better be on top of that orange jersey. Is all I'm going to tell you.
Now, it is time to get our revenge. We march all the way down to the red zone and we come away with nothing. Why are we not good in the red?
You know what I like is the fact this reminds you of the way that Scooter does the Cowboys ones. I'm starting to feel bad for Scooter. I used to love making fun of Scooter as a Cowboys fan, but I'm feeling bad. As a Miami fan, though, I'm enjoying laughing at him as a Gators fan. I hope he suffers. But as a Cowboys, for the Cowboys, it's just starting to get sad at this point. It's starting to get sad, dude. Like, even I'm feeling a little sorry for Cowboys fans. Like, I feel bad. Like, this is starting to get just sad. I know we all used to like to make fun of them and all that, but like, it's starting to get kind of sad, man. Like, I can't talk shit because I'm a Hurricanes fan. I know how it feels to look at past success and greatness from the 90s and the early 2000s. And it's like, for them, it's the 90s. And it's like, and now you're like, just a laughing stock. The thing is, Miami's gotten back to prominence. Dallas, we haven't really seen that. So we'll see how that goes. I think that Schottenheimer is the coach that they need. Granted, they need to really fix the defensive coordinator issue. But I don't know if I can fully blame Eberflus when they have no talent back there. So who knows?
Red zone anymore. And a hell of a stop by the defense. It's a turnover on downs. Now time to march down the field and do the exact same thing. Never mind, it's fine. They suck too. Okay, held him to a field goal. That's something. Okay, McManus puts it through a chip shot field goal, so we're winning. But a touchdown would be nice. Jordan Love is injured? No. No. He leaned into it. How is that a penalty?
Thank you. No, that's what he did. He literally leaned down. What is he supposed to do? What are these defensive ends supposed to do? How do you control physics? How do I use the force? Is he the Flash? He has the speed force. He can just slow it down and then like make sure he like loops around and tackles him like the Matrix. What the fuck is he supposed to do?
Those damn dirty Bears hurting my quarterback.
I love how Tom basically knows that both fans are kind of going to say the same thing. But granted, that wasn't a dirty hit. Like, as a football fan, that's not a dirty hit. Corey Wooten's hit on Brett Favre was a lot more of a dirty hit, and that wasn't even dirty. Believe me, that wasn't a dirty hit. If he wanted to fucking murder his ass, he would have murdered his ass. Austin Booker did not lay a dirty hit. That was football. He unfortunately leaned down the brakes for the hit, and then Austin Booker's coming in with a form tackle. That's what it is. I don't agree that shouldn't even been a penalty. But that's, of course, for the way it looked, of course, it was going to be a penalty. And I hated that. I hate that that's how football's predicated. I think it's fucking retarded, and I think you got to stop punishing football players for being football players. That's how I look. That's how I look at it.
Have you not taken enough from me? Okay, and another field goal. The defense is playing well, but any day if the offense wants to wake up, that'd be great. But thank God Malik Willis is good, and another field goal. Now we're winning 6-0. Is Jordan Love okay, though? Well, the good news is we've only allowed 6 points. The bad news is we were shut out in the first half, so... Ben Johnson, anytime you want to get this offense going. Not the best first half, but our defense is playing well. We shut out the Bears, and now we just got to hope that Jordan Love can come back.
He's not coming back. Did y'all think he's coming back?
Please come back, Jordan.
He's
Jordan
not.
Love is not coming back.
No shit.
Santos, I love you. And this is why we should have kicked a field goal on the first drive. But then again, I would have been upset at Matt LaFleur for not being aggressive.
Was it 6-0 Packers and they lost 22-16? Are you telling me that the Bears went and scored 22 points in the fucking second half?
Enough. So really, nobody wins. And apparently I love Josh Jacobs too. Josh Jacobs, I love you. I truly do. So know that when I say this. How did you fumble that football?
Sean Wright's a fucking G, that's why.
And then we do absolutely nothing with it. Touchdown, Romeo Dobbs! Malik Willis with a dime. Romeo.
That was a dime when he put it right in the bucket. I was like, well, we're gonna lose. It felt like every Bears loss to the Packers ever, where it's just how it goes. We're gonna lose. There's the kill shot. All right. The difference is Caleb Williams wins you these type of games. That's the difference.
Having a fantastic game. We're going to lose to Malik Willis. We are actually going to lose to Malik Willis.
I mean, I don't know why we're surprised at this point. Let's be real. That the dude could probably be their starter. He could probably sit there and lead them to the... He could have probably done the same things and won the division this year. Not going to lie. I mean, really, like, legit honest with you. I mean, it sounds fucked up, but like, he does. The offense does not miss a beat with him, and it's just not going to get. It's going to continue to not miss a beat with him. I'm telling you, you don't have anything to worry about offensively as a Packers fan versus the Ravens, whether whoever's playing quarterback, because it's going to be the same, pretty much the same thing. The problem is your fucking defense might get fucking turned into Derrick Henry's bitch, which I think I'd be a lot more worried about.
Thank God for our defense, which is somehow still functional. Okay, got another field goal. Okay, another chip shot field goal. Didn't get into the end zone again, but hey, you know what? We have a backup quarterback in. We're up 10. Now let's bring this home. And now we're down 10 with 5 minutes remaining. Great! Yes! Sacked on third down! Thank you! And that should be, what do you mean, a face mask? That's right, Packers. The Venmo didn't go through. It's a one-score game.
The Venmo didn't go
they
through.
kicked the field goal, but now they need an onside kick to win. There's less
Oh man, this is great. This is gonna be an all-time reaction.
than 2 minutes left of the game. And what are the odds they get the onside kick? We got the onside kick! We got it! Yes! Yes! Yes!
I'm like screamed, oh my God. Like I couldn't believe, like, oh my God. But you have to understand how my mind's working at this one. I'm still thinking like, we're going to do this and still find a way to lose somehow. Like this is what the last 15 years of Bears football does to a motherfucker, where you get an onside kick and you still think you're going to lose because it's just, this is how it is. Granted, no matter the fact you have a legit coach on the other side, the fact that you have a legit quarterback talent on the other side, and you finally compare those two up together, and anything's possible. But even still, the fact that I'm still thinking like we're gonna find a way to blow it, but I'm thinking of like I'm still proud of this team for fighting, with like losing our top 2 receivers, still proud. That is the loser mentality that was like literally eating at my brain. That should tell you something.
Yes! Oh God, no. Not again. Okay,
Yes,
it's
again.
4th down.
Seattle, just like Seattle, bro. Just like I know I forgot about the Seattle incident. Oh my God. Woo, dude, Russell Wilson's done a number on your franchise, huh, bro?
Just make a stop and we win this game. And why is he wide open? Touchdown, Walker! We got a
Air Walker. Ja'Day Air Walker, sir. And he's wide open because he ran a great route and your defense is led by retards. Pretty much.
high game.
Flowers might kill y'all.
And we are going into overtime. Thank you. Why? play. 4th and 1. Just don't hand it off out of the shotgun, and we fumbled the ball. We fumbled the ball. That's a fumble, and that's our ball. Yes, yes, we just need a field goal to win. But we ain't going for a field goal. Touchdown, DJ Moore.
He said, "Fuck the build-up. Just get right to the touchdown."
Yes! I've seen this before.
Just the look of just shock, like, did this motherfucker just? And I'm just like, it don't feel so good on the other side of this, huh? You were laughing all those years when it was Aaron Rodgers doing it. It ain't good when the next generation just said, "So yeah, fuck you." It must feel bad when you get hit with a big dose of reverse magic, motherfuckers.
All right, they scored. They got to get an onside kick. Do you know the likelihood of them actually getting it? Son of a bitch, they got an onside kick. All right, overtime. Here we come. Here we come. Overtime. We're coming for you. We're coming for you.
This is just brutal.
And we lost. No! Memories.
That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. Oh man, that made me laugh. That actually made me fucking laugh. Oh, that made me cackle. Holy shit! Where he's just like, memories. Yo, that is just brutal.
How do you choke the game away of 2 possessions with 5 minutes left? I haven't seen this since. God, now I'm angry at the Seahawks again. If I had
I'm angry at the Seahawks again.
a nickel for every divisional primetime game that featured a blown 4th quarter lead and a tragic loss in overtime, I'd have 2 nickels.
And for some reason, the Seahawks are involved in multiple of these type of games. Why does it feel like in these type of important games, the Seahawks just right there to laugh at the stupidity of it? And then why are they also there to lose in a more embarrassing fashion in the Super Bowl? You know, it's kind of funny. That year that fumble shit happened, that was the year that Malcolm Butler happened, and that will still be the greatest why the fuck did you call that move of all time. What could have possessed you to have called a fucking pass play there? What could have possessed you to call an RPO there? An inside slant. And Malcolm Butler broke on it and just took that. The greatest all-time defensive read of all time, possibly. And you decided to be the team to do it. Like, brutal.
And I'd still be sad. God is a Bears fan!
The Pope is a Bears fan, by the way. That is actually true. It's our time, baby.
Ignore the 30 years of pain.
Ignore the 30 plus years of pain. Yes.
And it's the Bears. Of course it has to be the Bears.
I mean, it could have been the Lions, and that, I don't know. I feel like that would have been worse for some reason. The Lions are owed also some get back because they've also been on the receiving end of some Aaron Rodgers bullshit, including today, which is really funny to me. It's only fitting that some weird, fucking ridiculous catch happens where this guy's on the ground. He catches a ridiculous catch. No one somehow touches him. He gets up and then scores a touchdown. I mean, Anzalone played perfect defense, and this guy catches a miracle catch, gets up untouched, and scores a touchdown. And they lose. And that kickstarted the whole thing. And then they booze off some brutal, hilarious shit, and Aaron Rodgers was, of course, the quarterback of the Steelers at that time. Today. Or yesterday, I should say. It's 1 a.m. I just find that to be completely fitting.
Hey, Packers, how's that 7 seed looking? The one time I need the Packers to win, and that's how they play? At least it was funny to watch. They're
It's a funny thing. It ain't funny now, motherfucker.
going to be planning their Super Bowl after beating Malik Willis and no Micah Parsons. We just need to win one more.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, are we really going to act like this wouldn't have happened the same way with Jordan Love? Are we really going to act like this wouldn't happen the same way with Jordan Love?
Game and we win the NFC North. Us, the Chicago Bears. Hey, 49ers, I know I've said a lot of crap in the past, but if you could beat the Bears on
Oh, they don't like us, so you're good.
Sunday, that'd be great. So we may have broken the Packers. Does
The Jaguars just broke you.
anyone have an update on Jordan Love?
He's dead.
So you're saying there's a chance we could knock the Packers out of playoff contention if we beat them in Week 18?
There's a chance you can knock the Lions out of playoff contention if you beat them next week as well. This is like a Vikings fans hater's dream. This is the Vikings fans' dream to be a hater right now. Like, of course, they'd rather be better this year, but you can't think of a better scenario for development and just to completely fuck over the division by the last 2 weeks of the division going through Minnesota, which I can't think of a worse fucking hell right now mentally.
Please let this happen. Looks like we're gonna be the 7th seed for the 3rd year in a row. Hopefully. Maybe I should just stay off the internet. So this is what it's like to be on the other end of a Bears-Packers game.
The other end, knowing that your quarterback is ridiculous and can throw fucking dimes with a flick of the wrist. I know. It's crazy, right? Isn't it nuts? I don't know how I don't know how to feel about this. It's crazy.
I love it.
I'm used to my quarterbacks basically fucking games over.
So this is what it's like to be on the other end of one of these comebacks in a
Yes, it sucks dick, doesn't it?
Packers-Bears game. I hate it.
I love it. It's literal pain. That's how it is. All right. So let me show you guys like the highlights of some of this real quick. So give me a absolute minute. The highlights don't even do it justice to this game, like the feel, bro. You just had to be there, bro. You just had to be there. Where? You know what? Let me go to me. Let me just go to me. No. Let me just go to me. I mean, you saw it in my actual intro, but, you know, whatever. You see it again. Caleb Williams has arrived. Okay, this seems like it. It says 1.4K views. I'm getting views off of this shit. This has been a crazy day. But I want you guys to pay attention to this. So I'm gonna play this by beat here. All right. So play action. In this moment, and I've talked about this a lot. I'm thinking, all right, because I described this earlier in the stream, and I talked about like we have not gotten a chance to launch off of play action at all this season. And what bothers me is the fact that the fact that we haven't done that because what was I gonna say? It feels like teams are playing cover 2 shell, they're playing too high, they're not letting us get that chance because they're too worried about the big play opportunity. I don't know why. We haven't really proven to consistently throw those bombs all year, except for maybe to like, you know, Dallas or whatever. But right here, man.
Fake Williams.
Now, a conventional quarterback is probably fucked. Now, here's the holding, by the way. There was holding on this, I can admit. I don't think the refs give a fuck because this guy's not even looking, and this guy is too busy looking probably right here for some reason. He's just like, whatever, man.
Looking down.
They're not going to call that, though. If you're a fucking Packer fan thinking this is going to be called, you're an idiot. But a normal conventional quarterback has to step up and load up to throw this ball, not Caleb Williams, as you will see one more time.
The fake Williams. Looking downfield.
He did not step fully into that throw. He just flipped this bitch. Not many quarterbacks should be able to do this.
Launching downfield. Going for it all.
There is PI on this play as well, so I don't really feel bad for Packers fans for crying at the holding because that was clear PI. But DJ Moore caught that ball like a fucking bad motherfucker that he is. Bad man, and this is it.
It is caught! Bears win it!
And he's dead. I love him. Rest in peace, DJ. We will have the watch now.
DJ Moore!
Oh, there goes Brisker. Brisker to resuscitate. Oh, but you know, it's kind of funny. We were told for like the last year that this guy's a cancer in the locker room. Caleb has attitude issues. Everyone hates him. I have yet to see where everyone hates him here. I don't know. DJ seems to love the kid, but they even thought like DJ Moore hated Caleb. That's what gets me. You know, is the kid a cocky shit? Hell yeah. Is the kid kind of an arrogant little fucking football? Hell yeah. But when you can do shit like that, you'd be arrogant too, wouldn't you? Hey, Commander fans, he's like that. He's like that. And that Rome with the fro, my little froman. Come back healthy, brother. Please, I need you back very soon. Please, if you could find a way, get healthy. All right? I don't want you back too soon. Get healthy. We need you, brother. We need you for the playoffs, homie. We really do. So that throws fucking nuts, obviously. That throws straight fucking nuts. All right. But let me show you another one that gets me. And this one I think is actually might be a little more impressive, and I'll tell you why. All right, let me go look. All right. No. By the way, J.J. Walker is now like one of my favorite Bears of all time. That quickly, yes. So let's take a look. All right, now I'm going to show you guys. This shit is ridiculous. Let me stop you right there. No. All right. Okay.
Opportunity to get a first down, you could clock it, but chose to use the second time out.
This throw is straight ridiculous.
There, Williams.
He threw that effortlessly, by the way. He didn't step up to throw this shit.
Is going deep. It is.
Do you understand how hard of a throw that is to throw standing flat foot with a guy coming in your fucking face? That's ridiculous.
Caught!
3 throws that not many quarterbacks should be able to make that easily.
Being grabbed from DJ Moore. DJ Moore, go up here on the top shelf. Valentine in coverage.
Valentine and fucking Nixon were barbecue chicken, and I really enjoy saying that. I fucking hate them. God, I hate these two motherfuckers. I hate Valentine because I think he sucks ball sacks, and I fucking hate Nixon because he's a bitch. But I will say that it's going to bring me great joy when I fucking see Zay Flowers, completely break their ankles for like a full 60. Because that's what he's going to do next week. He's going to break their fucking ankles for a full 60 minutes. And I'm going to take joy in that.
It's called an in-cut, indigo, dagger, a lot of different terms in football. But an absolute strike.
Dude, Tom Brady was straight fucking like so into this shit. Tom fucking loves this sport, bro. There's guys that play this sport and don't love it afterwards. Like I know Charles Tillman, he's not a big lover of football. He loves playing it, but he's kind of on his own thing. Tom lives and breathes this shit, and I just love that. I love that Tom Brady is a fucking just in love with football. It's not loving football. It's a deep in love with football where, oh, Giselle cheated on me? I don't give a shit. I'm already fucking in love with football, bitch. Get the fuck out of my face, bitch. That's what I love. Where it's like he's still on the fucking sideline, still waiting for the Super Bowl. He's still playing for the Super Bowl right now. That's how he feels. He's losing his shit in that booth. And I fucking felt that shit. I was skeptical on this broadcast team. I said, man, Greg Olsen, and I don't know about this other guy coming in. I mean, I don't really like Joe Buck, but there's a grand feel of Joe Buck that I feel you can't replace. Nah, fuck all that shit. These two earned their stripes. This is their signature fucking call. This is their signature fucking game. This shit was fire.
For Caleb. Williams, pressure.
Do you understand? Let me, again, look at
Caleb.
Look at this.
Williams.
No quarterback should do the fucking free release off of fucking goddamn pressure. I don't know what Ozzy's doing, but I guess I don't know what the alignment's doing at all here. Now, granted, the smart play would be for Caleb to hit 24, like right there in the middle. He's open. He could probably take a shot here.
Pressure.
But that's if he stopped. To be honest with you, 94 is coming right over.
Sure.
Right? But look at this shit.
Throwing.
He's wide open because, again, the Packers are retarded and Nixon was confused and there was an alignment issue. But whatever. That's the Bears with their route tree that confused them. This throw is gorgeous. He threw this off his back foot with a guy coming in his face and he rainbowed it to the corner.
As a man.
Yeah, you can't do that any better. You can't do that any better in this league. You can't do that. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. That shouldn't be physically possible that you throw a pass like that off your fucking back foot unbalanced. That's a throwaway throw. He put it on a money rainbow throw in the corner. I thought when I thought, well, prayer ball, we're fought. And I'm like, is this motherfucker wide open? I'm like, no way. This motherfucker's not wide open in the back of the end zone. I have to fucking crash this rainbow drop. No way.
Pressure.
And that right there. Confusion. You see the confusion right there? 20 and 25. Nixon and I don't know who 20 is. He's a retard too. And they're like, who's got that guy? That guy just ran right past us. Do you know where he's going?
Throw it.
And Nixon's like, wait a minute, wait, motherfucker, are we taking that guy? They're like, wait, who has that guy? He's like walked in the club with no fucking ID.
Has a man.
Perfect.
Caught.
I swear to God that when dudes say, God, I swear to God, I said, oh, I screamed, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe what the fuck I was watching. And just look at this.
Down.
Yeah, celebration. Airwalk your way to that dub,
Unbelievable.
young man. You airwalk your way to that dub, young man.
Fade away. Lobs
Did
it
you
up.
hear Tom's octave go like my octave went up like Mariah Carey levels? Is you guys? I put out a short where I actually was on a call with a friend, and I swear to God, my octave went up like 30 fucking decibels, or I screamed like a girl when DJ caught the touchdown. I just lost it because I'm like, Caleb's going for it. I said that, and I'm like, he's gonna launch this bitch, and all of a sudden I see DJ catch this fucking touchdown. I'm like, no fucking way. When I tell you this is top 5, like I swear to God, I had been through so much shit with this franchise. This shit felt like a fucking movie, bro, where he just drops the bit. Look, you can't throw this any better.
In the air, miscommunication and coverage.
Bro, you see Tom just like his octave because Tom's screaming in the booth because this shit's still real to him, bro. This shit's still real to him. I'm used to, and here's the thing, I'm used to a dude dropping that type of pass as a Bears fan. I thought Andrew Day, Jay caught that shit, balls of steel in the corner, toe tapping, no effortless.
Tucker comes down with it.
That's
They
tough.
tried an all-out pressure.
That's
no
tough,
help. Miss.
And Nixon, what was Nixon doing? Nixon, what were you doing? You have to guard the over. I think that's on Nixon. So Nixon basically single-handedly destroyed this game. I am so happy to say that. God, I hate that dude. He shouldn't, because honestly, if Caleb threw a bet, and by the way, Caleb's like, that's when I throw the ball right, motherfucker. That's how you throw the ball right. Because if that free rusher didn't release, Caleb was going to dart this shit in there anyways. It was a perfect route that was wide open. But the fact that the free rusher came in, most quarterbacks would have folded and probably misjudged the pass, which would have gave maybe someone like Nixon time to recover and pick that off if it was thrown wrong. Just like the first game, Caleb threw it right, it's a touchdown to Kmet. If it was perfectly timed. He should threw it earlier on the corner, loop it just like this on the other side. And it would have been a touchdown, tie game. But Caleb learned from his mistakes and said, not this time, motherfuckers. You gave me that chance, I'm coming for you. And boy, did he make them pay. He made them fucking pay.
They aren't going for 2. They're going to try the extra point to tie.
Absolutely cold as fucking ice. Yeah. And by the way, props to Malik Willis. I mean, I know I hate the Packers and all that, but I give so many props to Malik Willis. I hope he gets a starting job in this league. But right there, that's what we're talking about. Now, I'm going to show you actually one of my fucking calls of this play because I had a call that is, and I'm not ashamed to throw this out there. I scream like Mariah Carey. I scream like Mariah Carey. All right, I did. I ain't gonna lie. I scream like motherfucking Mariah Carey. That's it.
On the fake, Williams.
Oh, Caleb's going for it.
Launching downfield.
That was me actually kicking like the cat tunnel where Robin was sitting. My cat Robin was sitting in a cat tunnel, and I like tripped over it, and he just popped out because I was screaming. He's like, "Bro, are you fucking good? Are you like okay? You fucking whack job." That's why I said sorry, buddy, because I'm like screaming and going hysterical. I'm literally running laps around the fucking room. I'm running laps around the room. I'm running laps. That's how much this meant to a lot of us. We had no reason to win this game. There is no reason to have won that game. No reason we should have won that game. And we did. And it felt great. So yeah, it was a nuts game. A lot of the coverage I enjoyed, and I love the discussion, man. I'm happy for Caleb. Of all the people I'm happy for, Caleb Williams I'm the most happy for because Caleb has taken the most fucking shit. Caleb's taken the most disrespect out of any quarterback of this draft class. And I know and a lot of people are like, well, mine has. No. for where Caleb was drafted and the amount of respect that he's been garnered from everyone, and the amount of hate because he hasn't been a generational quarterback right off the bat. That, oh my God, the first 5 seconds he wasn't fucking throwing 60 touchdowns. He was a bust. He has sat there and come out and proven that he's like that. Fuck y'all. Fuck you, Washington, because they're the biggest main catalyst of this shit. You're welcome, by the way, for Jaden Daniels. We'd happily draft Caleb Williams over and over and over again. And I know everyone says, well, Jaden could fucking had plays too. Jaden has had great moments and great plays. He's won playoff games. I can't take that away from him. But Jaden can't make passes like that out of his ass. Jaden can't do some of the things that Caleb Williams can do. None of these guys in this draft class can. They can do great things, and they might be great, and they're great quarterbacks in their own right. And don't get me wrong, the league is in great hands. But there's a reason this kid was drafted, and you're going to find that out real soon. You're finding it out now, actually. I mean, the things that this kid can do with a ball is not normal, and that game should not have gone the way that it did, but I'm so happy it did. I cried after the end of I actually cried. I legitimately sat there and got emotional and started crying. It was a very emotional day because that wasn't the only thing. You have to understand, it wasn't just this. It just wasn't this. I shouldn't have closed my tab, but hold up. It was the fact that it was this, and the fact that we also beat, as a Canes fan, looping it back to the Canes, I also have to deal with this, man. This is crazy for me. Hold up. Let me just, no one really watches these videos. It's fine. But this shit, dude, me and my dad and I watched this game because my dad had to go do something at actually the night of the Bears game. He had to take care of some shit, and he had to watch the game at a bar or some shit, right? So we were on the phone, and I actually screamed to him on the phone after I was done screaming to my friend. I didn't call him. I just started screaming on the phone, like, holy shit. I started screaming. But we were screaming because of this, early in the day.
No, they're not going to give it again.
This shit had me fucking ready to go, dog. This shit had me ready to go. This shit had me ready to fucking go, bro. I was ready to fucking go. I was ready to jump out the fucking roof already at 11, all ready to start, man. There's some downtime between this and the Bears game because this game started at 11 o'clock in the morning. So it was a very emotional day. I sat crying after this game, thinking holy shit, how far this program's come from what it was, from what I've had to see, the things that we've had to endure as fans. We've had to watch players wasted, coaches fired left and right. We've had to watch money wasted. We had to watch our facilities look like shit. We've had to watch teams like Clemson rise and beat us 58-0. We've had to watch us embarrassingly lose to Middle Tennessee State and Florida International, FIU, fucking La Tech. Not LSU, La Tech. Get our asses kicked by LSU, actually. We had to fucking get clowned by Wisconsin multiple times. 2 games is enough. I hope to play them one day again, though. That receipt's coming, Wisconsin. One day it's coming. I've had to sit there and endure going to Kyle Field. And, crazy enough, the one who really blew the game open and lost us that game was fucking, what's his name? Tyreek Stevenson. Ironically, right? Tyreek Stevenson fumbled the goddamn punt return because for some reason we thought we were so fucking trash with talent. We had nothing going on. We had so much lack of depth. Tyreek Stevenson, a cornerback that had no business returning punts, was returning punts. The Bears will never let that happen, thank God. But I'll be damned if that motherfucker muffed the punt and we lost that game because of it. And this shit hit hard. This shit legitimately hit motherfucking so hard that I just sat back. I started tearing up because I realized how far we've come. We have been through shit. So you have to understand, man, this year has been special for me. This is a big year of resurgence for teams that I have really felt like at one point, why do I even watch these teams? A
touchdown.
And I felt, and by the way, you have to understand why this is good for me. This kid, Malachi Tony, is probably going to be one of the best college football players next year. He's probably going to be the best college football player in the country next year. This kid's already the best freshman. He's special. He's a special talent. I think he's like the next Luther Burden if he can just put on some weight. But he fumbled. He had a big fumble, and we were all saying as fans, we're like, man, we're not going to blame Tony for this game. We're going to blame Shannon Dawson if we lose this game because we're all thinking we're going to lose this game at this point, right? He fumbles it, and we're like, okay, we're going to lose. Defense steps up, makes a big play, and they're consoling this kid. He's crying on the fucking bench. So this shit made me extra emotional because I knew that he would have took the brunt of the L. He would have put it on him for when it really was on our coaches. They are the ones that would have failed us in this game, specifically Shannon Dawson. Shannon Dawson is terrible, and he needs to get his shit together right now because I will be damned if we run the same rinky-dink bullshit game plan. You better have something. You better come with some conventional bullshit next game, motherfucker. Well, this defense, we're going to be in every game we play, so we'll see what happens. But I got really emotional for this because this kid would have put it on himself when it's not even his fault. It's not even close to his fault. This kid's special. He's a fucking special player. And this program's had a lot of special players stay with this program when they could have transferred to better situations. And they stuck with this program. So this is big for a lot of us. This was. Maybe not. Maybe y'all wouldn't understand with what this program means to me, but it means a lot to me. This shit was crazy, bro. I was Mike, bro. I was Mike in that moment, dog. Oh, then this is crazy. I can watch this all day. I can watch this play all fucking day. I can watch this shit multiple times. I'm probably going to watch this multiple times throughout the fucking week. God damn it.
Downfield, launching downfield, going for it all.
Ah, fuck you, Keyshawn Nixon. Yeah, that was me, bro. I was doing that after both games, dude. It was emotional.
That's what I'm talking about.
This shit means something.
This shit means something to me, man.
And it did. It meant everything to me. So this is probably like the greatest Saturday of all time for me. So thank you guys for watching this stream. I will be back with some regular scheduled content tomorrow. We'll get back on the horse with drama. I just wanted to talk about this. This was emotional for me. And I look forward to the future of my football teams. God damn it. I can say that very confidently for the first time in my life. I damn well love fucking football, dude. God, do I love it.